to go over stuff you've all probably heard about if you play D&D. All I'm going to say about the OGL, because I don't want to talk about it because it makes me mad, and I've been dealing with it all week, so I don't want to talk about it. OGL, you've heard about it. It sucks. If it affects the channel, you'll know. And that's all we're going to say about it. Because there's no point dwelling on hypotheticals of things that aren't official or known 100%. But if it is true, we'll see what happens. Kate, anything from you?
If you haven't checked out my Etsy shop yet, it is back open after the holiday break. If you want to get a custom commission, it is $3 to reserve a spot, which is refundable if you decide not to go through with your commission. But go check it out. There's a few new additions that I've added. So if you want to get some late Christmas presents or birthday presents for the upcoming Aquarius and Pisces season, go ahead and check it out. Craft Studio US on Etsy and Bad Dice Co. Both on Etsy. Check it out if you want. Cool things going on.
Yeah. Speaking of cool things, Sam, you got anything?
I just sent Justin my character stuff for next campaign, which I'm excited about.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Also, Codex Legendarium was back this last weekend. It should be back again next weekend. Trekking through the woods of Avalia, and man, are they weird. We encountered some fun, wacky stuff, like a tree with a face that could talk, and it was very grumpy about it, and a pool of water in a cave that, when you shine light on it at different angles, it shows alternate reality versions of yourselves. That really just did nothing but unnerve them and highlight and possibly hint at some backstory stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
And speaking of backstories and unnerving people, last we left off, you all were woken up, well, except for Flitz, after being knocked out in a brawl, aside from Druck, who won the brawl. And yeah, Flitz sort of functioned as an audience member in their bottle, because I didn't know what else to do with Flitz. Flitz lights their bottle. That's fine. You aided in fixing up the mess after the fight, and Druck was crowned the current Brawl champion with a nice little plaque with his name on it in the tavern. After helping with the mess and nursing your bruises and possible concussions, you met up with the captain of the Iceberg, the icebreaker ship, and the Captain Russo Eskin. Climbed aboard and set sail to Iron Haven, promising to help out on board for a free voyage. The first day was rather uneventful, with you each performing a variety of duties on board, like fixing toilets and making fun new toilets and scribbling on maps, possibly pulling pranks on people in their quarters, hanging out in the crow's nest, helping with sales, typical ship duties. However, during your second day of sailing, the ship was attacked by a turtle of titanic proportions with an iceberg growing out of its shell. The crew called it a rhineback turtle, and it proved to be quite the deadly and dangerous creature. After a tough fight, the cold, deadly mist that had blown across the ship was slowly killing both crew and, unfortunately, Kena alike, with Kena eventually succumbing to the cold mist and becoming frozen in their state of death. The turtle began to flee, not expecting people on this ship to hurt it as badly as you did, and during its escape, it was killed by a combination of Druck's laser pistol ricocheting like a beam of light off of Quoin's shield, and the creature's body began sinking slowly into the depths, glowing with a strange blue light, though.
It was a brother combo.
It was.
Let's be honest.
It was.
It was
A Brombo.
the truest.
Brombo.
Brombo. Oh my god, I love it.
You all reconvened on the deck of the ship and all saw the lifeless body of your friend and ally. To keep Kena's body safe from the frigid elements, most of you, minus Ricky, made way for the medical cabin and laid Kena out on one of the tables to keep them warm, with Ricky remaining on the deck with a 1,000-yard stare, essentially.
Still getting used to this stuff.
Yeah, Ricky's, just a guy, just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
As most,
Little guy.
As most of you gather around Kena's body, the crew have left to give you some privacy. As you that remain in the medical cabin try to figure out what we do. That said, or what to do. That said, before we dive into anything, as we come back, you all collectively remember something weird Kena told you a few days back. This is part of the DM reminding you of things, because there's been a lot. After Kena decided to buy some drugs in an alleyway. When they brought a man back who died during that drug deal, they felt a sort of tug-of-war sensation with the passerby's soul. And that effect both Flitz and Kena both discovered when doing research on Cathosis. That when he was at full power, able to influence the material plane, influence his worshippers, influence everyone essentially, if someone tried bringing someone back to life, there's a feeling like a tug-of-war sensation between some unseen force. Those of you who have gained new eyes, specifically Druck more so since you have 2 now, you all feel this sort of sensation as you stand here with Kena's body. Sort of like this tugging sensation, like someone is pulling on your arm. Like, come this way, like beckoning you, like, come this way, this way. Mixed with a strange euphoria radiating from those eyes as they open wide and begin to flit and spasm around like crazy, before all focusing on Flitz's bottle. Those of you with eyes only suddenly feel a presence within your mind. It's strange. So this includes Ricky. This is everybody but I believe
Kena.
Dax and Kena. It feels like some form of powerful connection. The tugging sensation comes from that presence, but it's not like the presence itself is pulling you. It feels more like a connection, a tether. And the presence is familiar in a way. However Kena made each of you feel, like when you're around them, when you talk to them, you know. Those of you with eyes, however Kena made you feel that, but directed towards Flitz's bottle. And then it fades just as quickly. It's only been a few minutes since Kena perished, probably about 5 minutes. So what are you all doing?
Can I ask a clarification question?
Of course.
Well, it's first the comment. Guys, Combro was right there. Second, did they bring all of... Is Kena's the only body in this room?
Yeah. Everybody else was stabilized and woken up. Kena's the only one who died.
Great.
You guys have complete privacy. You're alone.
Okay. Then I in the inventory, I was panicked looking at the end of last episode and didn't get all of my abilities looked at because there is an ability with my fully powed Muldraki Jägerin.
That is correct.
It is called Exalting Breath. Once per day, as an action, you can exhale, restoring the restoring winds of Mount Celestia in a 150-foot cone. Each character within that area of your choosing regains 13 D10 hit points, and each creature of your choosing in that area that have been dead for no longer than an hour are restored to life with 1 hit point as long as their body is intact.
How long have they been dead?
5
minutes. I just said 5 minutes, yeah. So
thank you.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Describing that, Quoin is going to keep looking at the bottle.
Okay.
And you see sort of like, everything kind of coalescing into Quoin, and his chest starts to expand a little bit.
Right as he does that,
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Right as he's taking the breath, Druck is just like, why is Kena in the bottle?
Kena's not in the bottle. Kena's on the... Oh, never mind.
Right, but it's we're getting like her presence in the bottle, and he looks back at her, and that's all Druck's gonna say, but he says it under his breath.
So then Quoin
Yeah.
is going to proceed to blow out. It's like a extremely powerful breath, like and warm breath, like someone just turned on like 5 or 6 hand dryers next to each other, and just just blasting over their body.
Right. Roll the dice and heal everyone that's in this room. So unfortunately, everybody but Ricky.
And it kind of fills the whole room. So I'm going to get that. Just realized if you're listening at all, there's going to be a lot of clicking that's going to happen.
Zoom is really great at knocking out background noise, though.
It really is.
And also, I got a silent mouse. I realized I can feel the clicking, but it doesn't come over too much. All right, so 73
Excellent.
hit points.
Everyone in here heals 73 hit points. So as you exhale this basically breath weapon that the Platinum Dragon can use, Bahamut can use, you see the wounds on your friends magically start to like close, and you can see Kena's chest rise and fall.
I want to
But
go to. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
that sensation is still coming from the bottle.
I want to go over to Kena's body and put a hand on them.
Okay, you can. They feel warm. They're no longer cold as the ice is starting to melt away, but it's hard to describe. You can feel the pulse and the heartbeat, but again, that tugging sensation, that presence, still emanates from Flitz's bottle.
And mechanically, I get that you're telling me, and I am just asking. I know that you're saying something different, but when someone's brought back up to 1, they're stabilized and awake. So you're telling me it's different than that, correct?
You can feel Kena's alive, but it feels like something didn't make the return trip. So mechanically, Kena is alive, but not present.
We're feeling her presence and all of
Their
our
presence?
feelings toward.
Sorry, their
yeah,
presence.
all of our feelings towards them. We're towards the bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Kena's body
Is breathing.
is breathing,
Like
but
all the natural kind of
got it.
body functions are there, but they're just still laying still.
Consciousness and such like that
And
does not feel like it's
That familiar sensation. Those of you who have eyes feel that familiar presence emanating from Flitz's bottle.
Plus he's gonna point in the direction of the above deck. Ricky, can you get it together and come down here, please?
Well, yeah. Ricky will make his way down.
Okay.
Hey, Flitz.
Yeah, Ricky enters.
Mm-hmm.
Does your bottle does it do stuff with souls?
No, not. I mean, I don't. Honestly, I don't know. Nothing's. I've never. I don't think it's coming from my bottle. If I'm going to be honest, I think it's coming from something within the bottle.
Was it like Kena's in there?
We have something within the bottle that could be a conduit of what we are dealing with. Ricky, do you feel
What's
that
that?
tug?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as Ricky enters the room, you see the eye that Ricky has on the palm.
Yeah.
It's just like looking around erratically before it focuses on the bottle.
This feels weird.
We have the keep.
Druck's got the one in the mouth going like, and then the one's here.
The one in his eyes, yeah.
That's
Every
probably
once in a while,
really
the ones in his
disappointing.
eyes meet up with the ones that
Mhm.
he usually has, and it looks like There's like some vibrating happening.
I feel like we need to go into a place or into the bottle to see what's going on.
But
But how? We can't go into the bottle, right?
You can now. I've
Wait, what?
mastered the way of pulling others in. Yes.
When did that happen?
well,
Flitz,
Uh,
how prepared do we need to be? Shink.
oh no.
Dax is going to look at Kena and say, well, someone should stay behind and look after them.
Yes, this would have been easier before we brought Kena back.
I can do that. I'll stay behind to protect them, just in case. And also to, like, talk to the crew, because they might be wondering what's up. And at this moment, there's a knock on the door, just and you hear the voice of the first mate. Just checking in to see if you're all right, and if there's anything we can do.
Just
We'd like a.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say we'd like a bit more time of privacy. Maybe can you give us like a few hours?
Yeah, I'm sorry to
Yeah, of
interrupt,
course.
Flitz, but I mean the exact same thing.
Perfect.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, all right. And you can hear them walk off.
Flitz is gonna close the door behind them and look to Dax. Maybe position your chair at the door.
Okay.
Just so that if someone does come, I'm not saying push it up against the door, but close enough to if someone comes, you can obstruct their view of Kena.
There's another knock at the door. Kate, I'm messaging you something.
Yes.
Just a silence behind the door.
This is like peeking out. He can't really. His eyes aren't focused right.
Yeah.
Are we certain the knock came from the door?
Yeah, you heard it on the door.
It came from.
After the first mate
Inside
walked away,
the
there's
house.
another knock at the doors. You hear someone clear their throat.
What did not? Who's at the door?
It's me.
Who's that?
Name's Katniss.
Who are you?
Part of the crew.
Part of the ship.
I don't remember. Who are you? What do you look like?
I got like green skin, dark hair, carry a big rusty sword.
Sounds familiar. You probably saw them in passing on the ship at some point.
Right.
I work in the kitchens.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Druck's gonna go over, open the door, stick his mean mug out there because he's looking pretty fucked at this moment. Just like in general, Druck is kind of
All right.
just fucking weird,
And
and he's gonna look out there and be like,
What?
Kate, if you'd like to
What?
describe tetanus?
Yeah.
Tetanus?
Katniss.
Tetanus. Amazing.
Tetanus with a K.
What do they look like? What are we looking at?
Katniss is a 6'7" orc lady. Yeah, just large in Greco-Roman gladiatorial armor. And carrying around a giant great sword on their back that looks rusted to shit and covered with blood and burrs. And you see they have a similar eye to your guys's on their shoulder. Which
imagine-
also has like crisscrossed scars around it.
does Druck's kind of vestigial, I guess not really vestigial, but other eyes go to that eye? Or is that just something that he might notice?
Anyone who has an eye can sense somebody else with eyes.
Okay.
Also, we forgot to do this. Roll a d12. Or what was it? I gotta remember how the mechanics of these stupid eyes work. Forgot how they work. Oh,
And then
roll a
D6,
d6 for tetanus.
That's a 6.
Add your perception is boosted by goes up by 6.
Nice.
And you. Oh wait, actually, I can just yeah, it goes up by 6, and I will add that feat to your character sheet. But now you can join the campaign with this brief backup character.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? We could fail.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, you see this big old muscular orc woman with the old rusted sword.
Yeah. Can I get in there?
Why?
This eye that I got on my shoulder just kind of pulled me towards the med bay. Just wanted to check it out, see if everything's all right.
Druck'll kind of lunge at you with his head, but he does it not directly at you, but over your shoulder to look around in the hallway.
The first mate's still standing there.
Sorry, did you want to dance or something?
And he's gonna look around.
Yeah, the first mate's right
and
there.
Sees the first mate, and just is like,
Give us a minute.
and he's gonna kind of pull you into the room and then slam the door shut. If you want to
Yeah.
go along with that, okay.
Yeah. She does. Yeah. It's like, oh, I guess you're leading as I step into the room with Druck.
He's gonna jump up onto the table where Kena is,
Mhm.
and kind of stand between them and this new person.
Yeah, you can see everyone can see the eye just kind of on the shoulder, just looking
Yeah.
around, and then focusing onto the bottle.
Yeah, Druck's just pointing at the eye and looks at everybody.
How'd you come about that?
Got a weird dream a few weeks ago.
Flitz discreetly pulls out his little notebook and quill. Yes.
Well, it was on a day before Passion out in Kirkwall. I was there on vacation or something, visiting family, and I got attacked by this big bear with but it wasn't quite a bear. It was something else, but it looked like a bear. And it had this weird eye on its chest, and when I stabbed it with my trusty blade tetanus over here, I had the weirdest dream the next night, and then I walked down this tunnel, and then I woke up with this eye on my shoulder where the bear bit me.
Okay.
Quoin,
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of like one of our vibe checks. What do you sniff off of this one? Because we're about to do a deep dive and yeah.
Oh, sorry, Dax. Says if you guys are going in to the keep, you probably need to go behind that secret door, right? That we didn't go behind last time, and they give you their mask and Kena's mask.
What's this? We going to a party or something?
Yeah, it
You
opens.
already wants to dance with me, so anyone else want a dance card, I can write one up real quick.
It opens up a door where they're going, most likely. Maybe.
We will need extra muscle if we're losing Dax and
Oh, I
Kena.
got plenty of muscle.
I can see that.
It seems as though our paths are currently intertwined. Katniss, you said your name was?
Yeah. Tetanus with a K. Tetanus is actually the sword.
Yes. I
I'm
said
Katniss.
Katniss.
Yeah.
Ketnis.
Okay, Katniss. And Flitz is gonna, as he says that, he's gonna extend his arm out and then coiling from beneath some of his clothes. You see moving. It almost looks like his skin's moving, but you see the small head of Zeph, the snake, the winged snake, kind of poke out. And as he extends, the wings kind of unfurl out and kind of give a soft flap. This is our bargaining chip, if you will. This is our safety measure. This is one of the most deadliest snakes that exist within Remnant. I've befriended it because I can speak to it directly. You're going to keep it on your person, but it has a strict command that if you were to attack me or anyone in this group, it will bite you and you will die. Instantly.
Why would I attack you guys? You basically just shaved the shit from that turtle.
Right, but we don't know who you are. And you have
Oh,
come
well,
with...
I'm Katniss. I work in the kitchens.
Yes. Beyond the... what we see and what you have told us. So... And he's gonna, like, flick Zeph, and Flett's gonna do, like, a small, like, almost iron Zeph, or, Katniss out, as... And then gently land on Katniss's shoulders and, like, slither... And give like a little hiss at the ear.
Aren't you a little cutie? Come here. Come here. I don't want to try to get him to like wrap around my forearm and like, how you doing, little guy? You're just a little guy. Oh, yes, you are.
Well, it's in his mind, it's like, be vicious, be vicious.
I'm just a
but
little guy.
Zeph will probably bend to the will.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But no, the command is set. This is a safety precaution. We don't know who you are.
I just did that. I'm Katniss.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't really know who you guys are. You guys are newer to the crew. Also,
We
sorry about your
are-
friend. I saw them go down earlier. Real shame.
Well, that's what we are gonna solve, and that's what you potentially will help us with, if everyone here is okay with that. We're gonna be down two
Seems as-
people.
It seems as though, yeah, our paths are intertwined, so...
And we were on the way to go see another person who's been having dreams too, so, you know.
What are your capabilities?
Well, me and my buddy Tetnish, we're real good at carving things down. That's basically it.
That's a slow death. With that,
I can make it quick if you're not a horrible person, but
I'm interested to see how that goes.
Dax is like, I trust them.
Well,
thank you.
honestly, if Quoin trusts you, I trust you.
You look a little reluctant to say anything, little guy. You good?
I've repeated what I said. Like, it seems our paths are intertwined.
I mean, it doesn't seem you like that I'm tagging along.
Well, no, trust is earned, not always freely given. So, like, we've got some fail safes, and it seems kind of weird, but I want to believe your sincerity. So, you know, yeah, let's boogie.
Oh, I don't know how to swing dance.
You
I
all-
only know a waltz and a foxtrot.
You all hear a voice come from Ricky's like
Foxtrot.
You all hear a voice come from Ricky's clothing that says, "Yeah, if you fuck with us, I'll fucking kill you." And a little rabbit head pokes out.
Another crater.
It's got like a red eye on its forehead. The
Yeah,
the red eye starts to glow. Just. Don't make me turn you to dust.
You
I
can
think
do
he can do it.
And then goes back down into Ricky's like pockets.
Kirby.
Does he treat my pockets like a TARDIS, like they're bigger on the inside for him?
No, but
No, it's not, though.
one
Not
of the
really.
one of the pockets is probably a little gross because he just leaves little
All right.
pellets in it.
Oh boy. I mean, I'm from,
Yeah,
where
of
I'm
course.
from, that's not.
That's normal.
It's lucky.
Whatever.
I mean, that's equivalent to soil. That's just
Yeah.
soil.
But yeah, Dax like, yeah, I'll look after the body. Not really the body. Yeah, it's weird. What should I tell the crew if they keep like knocking and checking in on us?
Tell them that a time of mourning has begun,
Okay, I can do that.
and we will need the room. If they need anything, if they explain what it is to you, you can hand it out to them. But please respect our privacy in this time of mourning.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anundial
Turn the lights
rituals.
off, if you will.
Yes, Anundial rituals.
If they really push, you could say it's an Argent ritual, and then people tend to not question those.
Perfect. This only has 3 uses left before it breaks and becomes useless. It might help you guys out, and Dax is going to hand one of you the Chime of Opening. Hands Flitz the Chime of Opening, because Flitz seems responsible with belongings. Just put that somewhere safe.
Oh.
So
What's it do?
you strike it as an action, pointing at an object within 120 feet that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock, and it unlocks it.
Oh.
Unless it has multiple locks and unlocks one lock.
So we don't run into it. You said I have 3 charges left of this?
Yep. I'll just keep it in my inventory and mark it off when you guys use it, so it keeps everything less complicated for you all.
Flitz is gonna take the Dragon Skull helm and readjust it back on their head.
Dax is just gonna pull out their writhing metal great axe, the Moonrot great axe that they have, and just kind of rest it between their legs and just sit there, guarding the incapacitated form of Kena. We're essentially playing with a very fun card from the deck of many things.
Fuck.
That pulls the soul, keeps the soul somewhere else.
Alright.
I do just want to mention that, real quick, there's just the fact that when everyone walked into the room, that just our relationship with death at this point, where everyone's just standing around Kenna's corpse, just well, shit, not again. All right, what do we do this time?
Twice now.
And Ricky's just
Everybody's just holy shit,
but
they're dead.
And also,
God damn it.
they're breathing now.
but
Right,
they're not
there's that.
fully.
Yeah.
I don't think Ricky registers that. They were dead. They still look kind of dead. He's not investigating too closely.
So what's up, Quoin?
Oh yeah, I was just going to get down off the table, and as Quoin gets down off the table, his hand is going to brace on their shin
Mm-hmm.
and dump 25 hit points from lay on hands.
Okay. Yeah.
Into
They have hit points, but they're still.
Of course.
Out.
So they're at just 26 hit points.
Yep.
And Quoin's gonna work his way down and just say to Dex, let's Kena know when they awake that now they owe me one.
Sounds good. I'll defend them with my life if I have to, but I doubt anyone's gonna come in here to do anything funky. But you never know.
I mean, if we're really splitting hairs, I think I mean Katniss is on the level. We did just
That's true.
fight and save the ship.
And also, all those crews seemed really weak. Not in a bad way, but they all went down. Anyways, I think we're fine.
I mean,
can still hear you guys.
Good luck. Don't lose Kenna's soul to whatever took Ven's, please.
Wait, what? Have we all decided that Ven's soul was taken?
Yeah, that's been discussed already. Yeah.
Was I sent?
You might not have been here for that.
Okay, I feel like I missed.
Me
a couple
neither.
of
I don't
things.
remember that.
But yeah, you guys through research in the libraries, you found out that when Cathosis
I
was in
wasn't there
power,
that episode.
anyone who died was ensnared by him and became part of him.
And he's one of the eyes
And
now.
that's the tug of war sensation that you're currently feeling with Kenna's soul. So there is a time limit on this.
Shit.
Let us do whatever dance we are familiar with into a space where we can absolutely rip the floors up.
How long has it been, Justin? Since coming down here and doing all that?
10 minutes,
Shit.
maybe 15,
Damn it.
maybe 20.
Double damn.
Definitely not an hour or
Yeah,
anything.
I need a short rest at the very least.
Mr. Blue Hair, you keep looking at the clock and cursing. You all right?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine. We should probably get in the bottle like now, and we will spend 10 minutes in there.
I'll keep the bottle somewhere safe.
Oh yeah, perfect. We'll spend 10 minutes before we do anything else, and with those 10 minutes, you gain the benefits of a short rest.
Because the bottle.
Yep, because the new sanctuary vessel.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all better get going.
Good luck. All right.
Oh, I'll be fine. I've dealt with stuff.
Okay. He's gonna set the bottle down in the middle of the group. Katniss, follow along, and he's gonna uncork it and set the cork on the ground. Don't really know much about how to do this with others. Just focus on being weightless and imagine yourself moving into the bottle.
As soon as Flitz says that, you all get sucked into the bottle.
Whoa.
Very much like the end of Jumanji, where everyone gets like spiralized into the board game. That's what it looks like. It's just like.
Katniss comes in at the end of the death of the Black Swan from the Swan Lake Nutcracker ballet.
So you all get pulled into the bottle. The cork. You don't see what Dax does because you're all in the bottle because it's very much like Jumanji. Into the bottle. Flitz, would you like to describe the interior of your bottle for your friends?
Sure.
But with the addition that there's eyes all over the fucking walls.
That's new. So the interior of the bottle is a level of luxury that you probably wouldn't expect to see. There's the main focus in the center is a kind of this ceramic but ornate looking chandelier, but there are also kind of hanging from the ceiling these various types of like platforms and such like that lead to it's like a sky city, if you will, or sky room. Like everything's like off the ground mostly. There are things like mostly pillows and such scattered throughout the floor, but the floor area is reserved a lot for like random knickknacks and treasures, and most of his money is just scattered throughout on the floor. But it very much is akin to not like the ground is lava. You want to kind of be up in the air. The largest of the kind of platforms has this massive bed with throw pillows, and they're all this like these variations of like how you would see the sky. It's this, they kind of shift, the fabrics and stuff don't stay a certain color, they kind of shift and fade, and everything is just, it smells of like a fresh breeze. It smells clean, but it smells homely. It's a nice even temperature, warm, as opposed to what we were feeling outside with the frigid cold. And there's a soft breeze, like almost that kind of swirls throughout, that kind of circulates the air, so it doesn't feel stagnant or musty or anything like that. It smells good. But in the center of the room on the floor is this small pedestal, and he has a variety of small knickknacks, but standing, I'm going to say in the middle, is perfectly facing wherever they are. It's the pewter castle.
And yeah, the walls and ceiling and floor, not the floor, but the walls and the ceilings are covered in like eyes, just that all open up as you enter the bottle. Just
that wasn't there before.
This is your place?
Yes, the eyes aren't my addition, I promise.
I knew you were deviant.
What are you talking about?
Looks at the massive bed and like the pillows and like all of the gold on the ground.
That is
and,
just
like,
the perks. It's the perks of being and he kind of does the little hand gestures to make some of the wind.
Yeah, it's just a comfortable place for Flitz and I to hang out and have a nap.
Who is this?
Oh, hey everybody, I'm Zeph.
Oh, Zeph.
Your snake talks.
Yeah, I like the rule where familiars can just talk because it's fun.
Sure. Well, yes.
Hey everybody. Yeah, if you fuck with us, I'm gonna bite you and you'll die instantly, so get fucked. Well, don't. You know,
Just
Stay
secure-
alive, but don't die.
don't
I
don't
said-
fuck with us.
Like I said, deviant.
Alright.
Draco, okay.
I'm a
Well,
flying
look,
snake.
You're not going to be invited back in the bottle ever again.
You ever
I was
seen a
gonna
flying
read
snake
the
before?
model.
I mean, I saw you fly over to my shoulder.
Yeah, I
and
got
then you
wings.
crawled onto my arm. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's
You
right.
like one of them genies or something?
Nope.
Oh, me?
You, Flitz.
Flitz, yes, the name Flitz. I'm not. I know I'm not a genie, but I do get my abilities from a genie of sorts. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's also
Got
part.
any root beer?
Oh boy.
Do what?
Any root beers? Beer made out of tree roots. Pretty sweet usually. You mix it with molasses.
Not to
No, I
interrupt, but
don't.
aren't we in a hurry?
Yes, we are. Okay, and he's gonna walk over
Yeah.
to the table, kind of pushing some of the coins. Just,
Okay.
just kind of,
Some of the
make
coins
a
are
pass.
wet.
Yeah, just make a pass.
Some of the stuff in here is a little damp and humid from what the eyes do, but you know, it's a good time.
Gross. We'll have to
What them eyes do?
clean this a little bit. He's gonna grab the.
Drug just instantly explodes. Like
There
a
we go.
like a Gallagher watermelon. Oh yeah, Flitz, you walk over to
Okay.
the little pewter castle.
Okay, wait. We need 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes to just rest.
And you all get a short rest in the bottle, yeah,
Yes.
for 10 minutes because the bottle is cool as fuck.
Yes.
And we're not gonna go into in deep because, like I said, you guys are on a time limit. Kenna might be lost forever.
Just
Thought
needed 10
some of that
minutes to
chit
get
chat
some
would
spells
cover that
back.
down. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you all get a short rest.
Yes. Perfect. If you needed it,
If
Sean,
you
if
need
didn't.
it.
I feel like Ricky could use it for key points, but
And hit points.
Yeah, Ricky's
Yeah.
Ricky's at 34 hit points.
Because Ricky
Oh,
was not
before
around
that,
for the
he's
exalting
gonna-
breath.
he's gonna.
What was the roll on Coin's breath
70,
to heal everyone?
72 or
73.
73.
Okay. Bear with me. He's gonna press the gold button.
Oh wait, Dex would have gotten a short rest. Oh well. You're pressing the gold button?
He's gonna press the gold button, the green button, and then the gray button.
Okay, so gold button. Roll 10d10.
$58.
58. The front door opens and 58 gold coins shoot out.
They just spray onto the floor.
When the coins come out, they're covered in like a wet film.
Oh, maybe that's. And then he'll shift around, press the green button.
Okay. Anyone who's
Drunk
within
leans over. Drunk leans over to Ricky. Deviant.
anyone who's within 10 feet of the keep, which I'm going to assume is everybody because this is it's a whatever. Roll 10d10. Flitz, roll 10d10.
58.
Everyone heals by 58.
Oh, I feel better. I don't know why I feel
does
better. but I feel
anybody
better.
have any conditions on them right now? Anybody got any diseases on them right now?
Unless the eye counts.
Yeah. And it does cure curses, but some of you have curses that cannot be cured by just simple magical means.
Is that the eyes?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And also Drux dragon stuff.
And
Is that curse technically?
the wings, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you all heal 58 hit points. And you get the benefits of a short rest, so it's very nice.
Double down, short rest. All right. And then
You said the red button, right?
I did say the gray, but I was reading through. I was kind of like going down my list. So
The
it would
orange
probably
one?
be
The orange one?
no. We'll do the red button, and he'll catch the potion of healing.
Okay, the potion of healing comes out, and the bottle is, again, covered in a
Little
film.
moist.
Yeah.
He'll give it to. He'll just kind of like offer it up.
Okay, basic
If it could use it.
Basic potion healing if anybody wants it.
Someone take it.
Drunk will take it.
All right. And everybody, don your mask. He'll put his flame mask on.
You put the mask on.
Uh-huh. Oh wait, do we just need it for the door?
The door just had an indentation in it.
Oh shit! Oops!
So
I'm just saying Flitz did it because he thought.
Do you put the mask on?
Fuck. Damn.
Do you put the mask
I'm
on?
gonna say because I did. I said I was gonna do
Wisdom
it.
saving
I thought
throw.
I thought that was
throw.
the thing. Is it magic?
Yeah, you have advantage on this.
Am I close to Quoin?
You are. So +1
Okay.
advantage on wisdom. Yeah.
Oh, the dice tell story. That's a 9.
9.
Fuck.
Flitz.
God damn it, to
With
hell.
advantage.
Roll me a d6.
I had a natural 1 and a 3.
Roll me a d6.
5.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
3.
Your wisdom
Why
score.
am I-
Your wisdom score is reduced by 3.
Oh, that makes it even worse for doing this in the future.
That's actually better because it could have been one of my good scores. Actually, I probably would have hoped it was. Oh, damn it, reduced by 3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you get the sense if this reduces one of your ability scores to 0, it just possesses you, and you're basically bye bye.
You should have been hoping for that intellect one.
So then the mask, then you can just freely pull the mask off. But basically, it's a possession thing. You get the sense of not a thing you want to wear.
Whoops. He'll press the gray button.
Okay, you all get sucked into the keep through the front door. So now you're in doubling up on extra dimensional spaces. Technically, it's weird. How does time?
It's like the quantum realm. Ant-Man's
Yeah.
coming out in the-
Does time pass differently in your bottle or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. It does in the keep, but you'll figure that out when you get.
Did anybody set up a kick at the last level?
They did not. You guys are fucked.
A what?
A kick.
Don't worry, Katniss.
So,
Okay.
you all appear in that arcane entrance from before. The last time you were here, the 30-foot radius circular room, set with a large stone table surrounded by 6 stone high-backed chairs that rest upon a raised platform 20 feet in the air. You're on that raised platform. Down below there's a spiral staircase that goes down. Velvet banners on the walls depicting images of a burning white oak tree. Again, all familiar. There's a door on the southern wall set with 6 indentations resembling curling flames, aka the masks. There's the corpse of that dried out wizard man still laying there. And then there's the door that you all went through the last time. Or that's not right. There's the way you guys went before. You guys know the way you went before. The ruby sphere. That's right. The tripod. And that pulling sensation is coming from you still feel that pulling sensation, and it's coming from the door with the mask-shaped indentations in it.
Yeah, Druck immediately takes his mask, puts it in
Okay, so you
where it
go
looks
down
like
and-
it'll fit.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I imagine
You
you
can
need
easily
to figure out
easily
which
fi-
mask
you
fits
can
where.
easily figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you go down there and you put yours in.
Flitz is gonna put his in.
Who's carrying Dax's mask and who's carrying Kenna's mask?
I assume Katniss has one of them.
Yeah, you can have Dax's.
Okay.
Then Quoin has
Kenna's.
the
Okay.
Kenna's.
Alrighty. So you all,
We-
what's up?
I was just wondering, are we missing? Does Ricky have a mask?
Yes, Ricky has one as well.
Okay. Does Quoin have?
You all have masks, 6 masks total.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Surprised.
Was one of those. Isn't it ironic?
Isn't it funny? Yeah. So you all make your way down.
It's like that.
You make your way down the staircase. You walk up to the door that has all the masks in it, where the dead wizard's body is still laying. Which you remember that they tried to open the door without thing, and his goblin buddy got teleported somewhere while screaming in agony. You can all slot the masks into the door, and as you do,
He didn't have a spell book on him, did he?
you didn't look.
Okay.
And no, he didn't. Actually, hold on.
Damn it.
No, he just had a wand of secrets that you took from him.
Oh, so we
Um,
did. Okay, yeah.
You
Yeah.
took his
Because we
wand.
don't
And I
have
did
that.
definitely
So-
take her as stuff.
Here we go. Okay. The door opens, and as it opens, the masks pop out. Basically, they just work as keys. They don't stay in the door. They just pop out, and you get the masks back.
Grab it.
A long corridor stretches ahead as numerous torches are engulfed with green flames. At the end of the corridor is a sturdy door of brass, iron, and stone. The door is also formed into that of a face, resembling a humanoid wearing one of the very masks you've used to open the door into this corridor.
Do you know what's going on here? What's happening?
The door's like 40 feet at the end of the corridor. Doesn't respond.
He'll take up the Wand of Secrets,
Okay.
but not use it yet.
Okay.
Should we move forward?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
Be like 15, 20 feet behind me.
Okay.
And Druck'll
Okay.
just start moving forward and
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over to Ricky and just whisper, "What are we looking for?"
I'll be honest, I don't really know.
Great. Druck, as you move forward, the door comes to life with a very long, drawn-out yawn. Seems to animate, come to life. Well, I don't recognize any of you. And the door's eyes begin to glow with the same flames as the torches on the walls.
I'm Katniss.
And the torches also seem to glow brighter and hum with an audible energy. Oh! No! Wait. Hold on. Welcome! You must be my new masters. Looking at all the masks.
Yes.
Apologies, little ones. I have to ensure I stay closed unless given permission to open.
You can open.
Okay. The face,
What's your name?
face disappears and the door opens.
Oh, sorry, Druck.
Bye.
We'll ask whenever we leave.
If you want me to, before he, as his face is melting back into the door, just ask me to close again when you leave.
Hey.
We don't want anything to leak out. And then the door opens.
Don't like that. That sounded like a
And
threat.
you're immediately hit with the smell of blood. And the air is incredibly humid. The floor was once stone, but portions of pulsing, veiny flesh has grown up through the stone. The walls are oozing with saliva. Body horror, content warning. And covered in large blinking eyes. Small tendrils of fleshy membrane-like curtains drape down from the ceiling and drip thick liquid onto the floor with audible, like... in the center of the chamber is a massive globe of the world that has been partially consumed by writhing, wet red meat. Beyond the globe, 2 pairs of stone steps, now covered in flesh, and small, trickling rivers of bile rise upwards to a second floor. Welcome. So you got a globe covered in meat, and then stairs going up.
Yeah. Door closed. We'll tell you to open on the way out.
Closes.
All of this looks bad. I wouldn't want that to get into Flitz's
Yeah, no.
space. Right, if something's in your flask, bottle, thing, it can't get out unless you make it come out, correct?
I think so. I don't know, though. I don't know the full limitations of everything. Some things, if they're powerful enough, I guess they can manage to free themselves.
Well, we'll do whatever we need to.
Sounds like you got one heck of a stain remover.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Flitz's visibly uncomfortable.
As you're like moving around, just as you do, the eyes that are on the walls just follow you slowly, kind of like those like portraits in like haunted houses that kind of just the eyes track you. But these are like physical eyeballs on the walls that are just like tracking your movements. Yep. So that, you know, you got meat everywhere. You got your globe covered in meat, and then you've got stairs going up.
Do I have control over the eye that's on the extra eyes that are on my body?
Yeah, you can move those separately.
Okay.
And you can move those
So
separately, independently, than from your own eyes. Yeah.
I'll have those ones keep doing like stare downs with the other
Okay.
eyes, whereas my
Sure.
my main eyes are on centers of focus.
Okay.
Well, this is a nice room and all, but should we go up those stairs or something?
Let's go. Yes. I think Katniss has the right idea. Katniss,
Yeah. I'm Katniss.
join me while we push forward.
Alright.
So the globe.
Yeah,
you said, is it
there's a globe in the center of the room that's just kind of caked in red meat, but it's still like visible. Like you can still see details on it.
Oh, sorry. So it is the planet.
Yeah, the world. Yeah, yeah.
We recognize it as okay.
Yeah, yeah.
The planet.
But like the way the continents are arranged, you don't recognize. Like it's old, prehistory old. Like before, like the whole like the god shit that before Armath then got all weird and changed history to his whim. This is like a map of the world, a globe of the world before recorded history. Assumedly, the era you've all been hearing about lately, the New Zenith era, which was the era that the War of Ascension took place during, and everything else.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
It ain't old globe.
Right.
Is Quoin like looking at it, like examining it, and just like in passing?
I mean, just while we're in here to like take in the room.
Okay,
like,
cool.
trying to figure out
Yeah,
if
okay.
it's the-
So it depicts Anundial, the most western continent, the one you're all from. Actually, yeah, you're all from here. You might not be, but who knows? You are. It depicts Anundial, the most western continent, as one whole continent, not split up into 3 countries like it has been, or 3 regions like you know it as. So there's no remnant or old Anundial even labeled on this globe. It's just one singular landmass. To the far east is a floating continent up in the clouds. So there's like little clouds drawn on the globe. And there's a continent floating in those clouds called Cathatuin. So there's the continent of Cathatuin and their capital city, Cathatuin. But that's the whole continent. Next campaign's continent is up there floating in the clouds. To the far southwest is a continent shrouded in like mist and fog called Basgrave, which is one none of you recognize, which is you've read this is another continent that disappeared during that time period.
Wait, is this globe reminiscent to the Cathatuin Tower stuff that we saw? Globe?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
You do recognize the other continents: Dragon's Beard to the far north, a land of ice and snow. Near Basgrave to the southwest is Esselvire. The centralmost continent is Felrinthis, the continent that was destroyed during Tiamat's ruin. That continent isn't destroyed on this globe; it's fully intact. Like it also would have been intact in the one you found in the tower. Ipshire to the far south, and is a scattering of islands. Actually, no, Ipshire would actually be intact at this time period because Ipshire got split up from a volcanic eruption. So the tropical continent from last campaign is intact on this map as well and not blown apart into separate islands. And then finally to the east, but not as far east as Cathatuin, is Silgur, the desertish continent. And it's covered in red meat. But that's the globe, but that's yeah.
So when you say covered in red meat, just to be clear, it's not like I'm trying to put this very specifically.
Like muscle tissue.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is it like someone like it's like I'm wondering, has it replaced the materials?
No.
Or is
It's
it
just
like someone tripped and a bag full of Arby's?
It's like
it's climbing on top.
It's like mold, like how mold forms on something. It's kind of like that. So it's like growing. It's just flesh growing onto something.
But it's like sort of got like a
yeah.
when I say the creep, I mean like from it's StarCraft.
Yeah, yes, very much like the creep from StarCraft, but like writhing, wet, and red.
Yeah, it was like sort of organic, like or
It's
like
very
organic
much
resin.
organic. Yeah.
Oh, Caleb, thank you.
But
yeah.
very much inspired by the creep from the Zerg in StarCraft.
For sure. Just wanted to I'm trying to help help us figure out
100% what it is, basically. And then small trickling rivers of bile coming down the staircase. And the staircase is also just basically meat. Everything's meat.
Everybody, tuck your pants into your socks.
I don't have pants or socks. Is that going to be an issue?
What are you wearing?
Are you not wearing pants?
They describe
No,
what they're wearing.
I've got this armored skirt-like thing with flaps of leather.
We kind of
so
look.
you don't wear a tunic or you don't wear
They're
undergarments?
basically wearing what Druk wears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on now.
No, I'm just freeballing it, as the crewmates say.
Yeah.
Druck goes up like a forearm.
I guess some just some metal greaves to protect my shin bones. I don't got no pants or shoes. I got sandals and a skirt, I guess.
You all do hear a voice in this room, and it just says, "Are you here to play? Are you here to join us?"
Sure, if you want.
I'm here to collect.
Huh, so are we.
Collect what?
And then the eyes just keep following you all as you move about. That is all that's in this room.
Up the stairs, please.
Okay. The stairs squelch.
Oh God!
With every step. Just
every step you take.
I'll be
squelching you.
I'd like to fly over as much bile.
Yeah, of course you can do that. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're small enough that you can fly up this staircase. Nobody else can fly up this staircase, except for Flitz. Everybody else is trudging through squelchy bile steps. The stairs squelch with every step, and you come to a circular landing set with 6 doors on the walls. The walls are covered in wet, fleshy membranes covered in large, blinking eyes. 2 of the doors are caked heavily in grotesque organic materials, while the other 4 are dripping with bile and set with plaques. In the center of this landing is a narrow spiral staircase covered in small streams of bile that ascends upwards to another floor. So it's a landing with 6 doors, 2 of which are caked heavily in grotesque organic material. So you can't see the door itself, but you can see the other 4 doors perfectly fine. Just 2 of them are caked in what looks like one looks like it's caked in what appears to be hardened flesh and dental plaque.
Can I take my hand axe and start trying to scrape it away?
We'll get there. And another door is covered what appears to be tendons, sinew, and cartilage. So you've got 4 doors that are completely fine, and then 2 doors that are covered in that gross stuff.
Is there the pull that we were feeling initially? Are we feeling that in any direction?
No. It has
We've kind of lost
vanished. You felt it vanish while you were on the ship too, so it eventually came back. It's like a
right. I remember you saying that it was like a when you initially described it, it was just like a temporary pull, like something pulling on a
it's like somebody
a fishing pole, like a fish taking a bite of your string. It's just like
it's like you all are fishing for something.
Yeah, nope, that makes sense.
Yep, you got 6 doors, 2 of which covered in gross stuff, and then a staircase continuing to go upward that is still just streaming with bile coming down it. You've got more choices now.
Can I just start scraping flesh away from doors?
Which one? Door 4, which has the hardened flesh and dental plaque, or door 5, which is tendons, sinew, and cartilage?
I'll do door 5.
Give me a strength check.
I'm all for Katniss deciding the fate of
Go for it.
Kena.
Strength check. Just a flat strength check.
Okay. 12.
12. Are you using a What are you scraping it with?
Using a hand axe, so
Okay.
not magic.
Cool.
Actually,
You said the hand axe. You said hand axe.
I did,
The hand
but I'm-
axe instantly
I-
corrodes.
oh, no, those-
The hand axe instantly corrodes and melts away into nothing.
well, shit. All right, Tetanus, let's do this. I'm just gonna start hacking away at tendons.
Strength check with advantage because you're using a magic weapon.
Okay.
Druck will lean over to like, I guess, Quoin.
It's an 18.
Okay.
I mean, they've got good form, but I don't know what's driving them in that direction specifically.
All right. So your hand axe melts, but you do clear away the tendon, sinew, and cartilage door. Yep, and it just says, a plaque says treasury.
Oh.
I'm gonna take Tetanus and move to the plaque covered door.
Same thing as before.
Yep. All right.
Oh wait, sorry. That door does not have a plaque on it because the flesh would have eaten it away. But
No, the tooth. The
yeah,
tooth.
I was wrong.
Yeah, that
There
one.
shouldn't have been a plaque that said treasury because that would have
Oh,
been eaten
gotcha.
away by the organic material.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying plaque as in like dental plaque.
Oh no, one door
The
is
other
covered.
door.
One door is covered in dental plaque, but the other doors
Oh.
have actual plaques on them.
Okay.
But yes, there's
Right.
both versions.
23 for the
Yeah,
dental plaque
yeah.
door.
You clear away that one. It's chipping away at it like you're a dentist, and not a great dentist. And yeah, it's just a door. There's no like little plaque saying what's on this door either. So you got two doors that don't have plaques, but I slipped up and gave you what's one door. But yeah, you got two doors that aren't labeled, and then four doors that are. The doors that do have plaques say the Chamber of Everseeing, which is the first door. The second door says kitchen and dining room. The third door says living quarters. And you have 4 and 5 don't have plaques. Door 6 says chapel.
Well, my thought is, where would a person live if not the living quarters?
Right, but who we're looking for is not currently living. Well,
If
I
it's
mean,
the person
kind
that
of.
was on the table, I saw him breathing before we left.
Maybe.
I mean, you know him better than I do. I just met y'all
Listen,
yesterday.
I would say the first place we should check is the treasury because of how valuable they are.
The
to
treasury
us.
that you don't know is a treasury because I fucked up, but yeah.
Oh, it's a metaphor. I ain't good at metaphors.
You can see that it ate away the Y at the end of treasury, so it just says treasure.
Rayasura.
Wait. If we're thinking about this as an actual keep or castle, right?
It definitely doesn't have castle-like appearance on the inside. It's very much just weird winding corridors and stuff that doesn't make sense.
Right. But if these people were living within this place before it got like this.
So, reiterating stuff you know from before, the person who gave you the masks said he killed the people who owned this keep before, and he got the masks.
Right.
So you would have needed the masks to get in. So meaning, they might not be here anymore.
Right. What I'm saying more so in the thought is, are we looking for clues and such like that of the people that existed here?
It might help. It might help to understand what you're dealing with. Flitz would probably know that.
All right.
But
Okay.
up to you guys.
Well, treasure sounds great for now. Maybe just peek in, take a glance, see if there's anything of note. Right?
Alright, sure. Do you need me
makes
to
you-
kick the door down, or you got something fancy going on?
It does make you wonder what people who would operate with this type of stuff would decide what is treasure.
Yes, I
Uh,
don't know.
Well, if there's a lock on the door, Katniss, we usually try to pick it.
As you look, there's no lock on the door, as like the material's like chopped away.
Yeah, but if not, it's usually just a shove, push type of situation.
All right. I'm gonna try to do a run up and run into the door with my shoulder.
Okay. The material that was on the door ate away enough of the door that you just go through the door like it's a wet piece of wood.
Just kind of bends around me and falls down.
It opens into a large room filled with empty glass cases that once held objects of varying sizes. Some of the smaller cases still contain objects, and there's a massive vault door on the eastern wall made of solid adamantine and set with 4 intricate-looking dials, set with small engravings of animals instead of numbers. A mural has been painted on the ceiling of a great treasure hoard, where numerous dragons of metallic, gem, and chromatic origin lie asleep. The corruption that you've been seeing...
Metallic, you say?
And gem. The corruption and chromatic. The corruption that you've been seeing in this keep does not seem to have reached this chamber. This chamber is spotless and clean.
Huh. That's a lot of dragons hanging out in one place.
But in like the cases that remain with still things in them, you see the skull of what looks like a mix between an ogre and a gorilla with tusks. The severed head of a mind flayer, like perfectly preserved. A large amber-colored eye that kind of resembles the eyes you saw in the frozen beholders flying around Halasar. The body of a small myconid. It is not the myconid you met like in session 2 or 3.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Mike!
A 6-headed taxidermy of a ring-tailed lemur. And a massive, larger than normal jet black horn of a minotaur, but more jagged and serrated with small little bits that branch off. Those
I ain't
are the only
never seen
objects that
none of
remain.
these creatures.
And then there's just a big vault door.
You guys ever fight stuff like this?
Not exactly, but I don't know, Gag. None of this looks like it would be a kind of soul resting place type thing.
I mean, did they like trophies and taxidermy?
I mean, who doesn't like a trophy? And taxidermy can kind of be useful sometimes. So, maybe. But I don't think that's really the vibe.
And Druck will look over to Quoin,
like, what do you make of all this? This is all dragon stuff. What do you think?
I kind of don't think that I want to really spend a lot of time right now. Getting it, the faster we can help reclaim Kena, I think I think we should
Agreed.
Move on.
Wrong door. Next one.
Okay, so you leave the treasury. There are 5 more doors to check. Living quarters, chamber of ever-seeing, kitchen and dining room, communal, and chapel. And then the other door that's unmarked.
Maybe the ever-seeing door? I don't know what that can mean.
I feel like perhaps we are going too slow. Should we all just take a door and see where they go? We can all open a door. We don't have to go in it, but we can open a door.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Quoin. Just remember, I'm Ziff, Sif, Fliff.
Zeph.
Zeph.
My name is Zeph. It's alright.
Hey, Ziff, sometimes I forget my name too. It's okay, bud.
Alright, I'll take the chapel.
Take the ever-seeing door.
Okay. Who's taking kitchen and dining room? You got kitchen and dining room, living quarters, and then the unnamed door.
I will take the unnamed door.
Okay.
I'll take living quarters.
Well, Ricky, I guess you have kitchen and dining room.
Yeah, I was about to ask if those are two. If it was kitchen and dining room, or if it was kitchen and dining room.
Kitchen and dining room is the same door.
That's what I'm going for.
All right.
Ricky, how are you feeling right now?
Horrible, generally. Physically, I'm fine, but like, ugh.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Physically, could you use a pick-me-up, or will you be okay for now?
Oh, on a scale of 0 to 108, I'm about at a 92.
Okay, let me know if you need anything.
Will do.
All right. So
You keep a stiff upper lip, champ.
Thanks.
Who took Chamber of Everseeing? Was that Flitz? All right. Do you open your door? I'm assuming you're all opening the doors at the same time. We're just gonna go in order.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Freeze.
Flitz. In the center of this chamber of stone and pulsating red flesh is what looks like a giant stone basin filled with a shimmering blue liquid, which is connected to what resembles an optic nerve growing out of the wall. That's your room. Ricky. I'm just going in order. A long stone table fills the center of the dining room and is covered in what appears to be gum tissue and large serrated teeth. The room is incredibly humid, with tendrils of saliva dripping from the ceiling. On the southern wall is a stone cabinet set with incredibly fogged up moist glass. Surrounding the table are 6 simple stone chairs covered in thin pink membranes and small lashing tongues that are just tasting the air like... There's a door on the easternmost wall that is slightly ajar where a scent of what seems like bad breath emanates from. That's your door.
Just close that.
Living quarters. Living quarters was Quoin, yes? Or Kena?
Quoin was unnamed door.
Kenneth had the living
Kenneth,
quarters.
not Kena. Okay, so living quarters. This circular chamber is slick with saliva and bile, and the walls are coated in gasping sphincters that seem to struggle to catch their breath. Aside from that, the chamber appears less corrupt than what you've seen so far, aside from the treasury, which is just completely fine. There's a strange sort of wall in the center of the chamber where a small fireplace has been set up, with the hearth covered in a series of small jars filled with small dead creatures floating in brine. 2 red suede sofas sit in front of the fireplace, as well as a severely saliva-soaked armchair. All along the walls are 6 wooden doors, each set with a name carved into the wood, and the names are Dax, Druck, Flitz, Ricky, Quoin, Kena. A painting hangs on the wall above the hearth that depicts 6 young human men sitting in a circle in a massive dining room filled with students of a place you don't recognize. Unnamed door was, I can't remember. That was Druck, right?
Quoin.
That was Quoin.
Yep, we're getting there. Quoin. Alright. Oh wait, this door would be wet because the organic tissue. You just open up a wet door and it just kind of falls apart as you open it. You find yourself staring at a large 40-foot by 40-foot indoor bath set into an elegant stone floor. The bath is completely barren of water, but is surrounded by numerous gold faucets and taps labeled with the names of different soaps and oils. Set into the walls of the chamber are 4 sets of arched windows, each looking out in a pine forest, but with each window reflecting a different season, complete with wildlife roaming around. This room is also uncorrupted by any like flesh and stuff. And the last door. This once beautiful chapel has been tainted with flesh-covered walls and small blinking eyes. Taint. However, the corruption seems to be avoiding the statues sitting in numerous alcoves. The statues appear to resemble the avatar forms of numerous gods in the pantheon, including ones you don't recognize, and the World Breakers. Each statue has a name engraved at the base. Another section of the chapel contains more alcoves and what would appear to be statues showing the avatar forms of lesser deities. The corruption of flesh also seems to cover what were once stained glass windows. And those are all of the rooms.
Kena?
That's all Druck says, and then he'll like look back out to the main room to see what other people do after they've looked in.
Ricky closed his door.
He shakes his head. He closes his door.
Coin's gonna try and put whatever pieces of door back.
They kind of just like slop off as you like try to repair it. Just like it's like rotted wood, doesn't really have any like structural integrity.
I think I had to get like super close to actually read the names and like sound them out in my head.
Oh, you had to. Okay.
No, like
you had to. Oh,
so like
okay.
I stepped in to be like DAX.
Okay, so you all hear you'll hear Katniss sounding out names.
QUOIN. Quoin. RIQQI. Riqquarian. FLITZ. Flitz.
Yeah, you all hear this. You're all hearing this.
RUCK. Trick.
Katniss, what are you doing?
Well, they got some funny letters out here on those doors, and
Those are our
I'm trying to read them.
names.
All right, abandoned ship. Let's go to Katniss's store.
Okay, yeah, you see this kind of living room, like common room basically. Flitz, you recognize the painting that hangs with the fireplace of the Soulspire Academy, the dining room of the Soulspire Academy, where these 6 human men are sitting around wearing purple robes. The Hall of Feasts from the Soulspire Academy, which you instantly recognize. And yeah, you all see your names on the doors. Dax, Druk, Flitz, Ricky, Quoin, Kena.
Did the purple
they're
robes
so
mean
lucky you
anything?
guys get your own rooms in here.
No, they don't mean anything.
When I realize that there's no door with my name on it, I get really sad and I just go sit on the couch.
It's
Katniss.
soggy.
Katniss, come with me.
Huh?
This
Why?
way. You
For
can
what?
you can explore my door with me.
Are you sure? I don't want to intrude.
No, it's fine.
Let's go to Kena's door.
Okay. And yeah, so there's like jars on the mantelpiece of the hearth filled with dead creatures and brine. The hearth isn't against any walls. It's in the center of the room. The fireplace is in the center of the room with like a support wall behind it, but it's actually not like built into any like exterior walls, as they would say. Okay. Do you all go to your doors that have your names on them, or do you explore a little bit before doing so?
I'm with Druk.
Okay.
I went to Kena's.
Okay.
You're muted. Kenna, I do with Flitz like going to Kenna's
Okay.
door. Like,
I'm gonna have a sip of my LaCroix.
enjoy.
Hydrate, don't hydrate. Available in my Etsy shop.
Nice.
Ricky, what are you up to?
This place is so gross. Ricky is
Thank you.
not really. Yeah, Ricky is not feeling up to like going
Anywhere?
anywhere, but he's gonna probably follow Coin because Coin checked in on him most recently,
Okay.
so he's
So,
getting feelings of comfort and safety
okay,
from.
so 3 of you are going to Kenna's room then. Okay. Well, we're gonna do Druk's room. Oh no, yeah, we're gonna do Druk's room first because it's just, you know. Okay. Yep. You walk up to the door. It has your name on the plaque. It does not appear locked. Do you?
Yep.
Mounted on most of the walls of this bedroom are stone busts of people of varying lineages: humans, orcs, gnomes, dwarves. The people have no standout features and appear like ordinary, everyday people. The only common trend among the busts is that each of them have their eyes closed.
Hold on. Do any of them look like people I killed before meeting the
No,
group?
no.
Okay.
In the center of the room is a large oblong bed covered in heavy fur sheets. The headboard is covered in various candles. Large arched windows rest on the northern wall of the room and look out into a snow-dappled forest. If you all recall, when you had the masks, it had people's names on them before, and then those names got erased and replaced by your names.
Mm-hmm.
But that's your room, Dork. That's what you see.
None of this makes sense. It's not my vibe.
And then we'll go to Kena's room because that's. Oh wait, yeah, because Katniss is with you.
Yeah.
Kena's...
Yeah, I don't like all these bush staring at me while I sleep.
It's like dumb.
Yeah.
You all open up a fun door. The three that are clustered together. The floor of this bedchamber is piled high with strange wooden dummies, puppets, and porcelain dolls of varying degrees of creepiness.
Why the fuck is that?
A lone wooden cot sits in the center of the mess, and it too is covered with a handful of porcelain dolls in an upright sitting position, all facing the door. The northern wall is set with 2 large arched windows that overlook a well-kept version of this chamber. So there's like a duplicate version of this chamber beyond the windows that's completely clean and whatnot. Written on the windows in charcoal are the words, "Reminder for yourself, Bran," B-R-A-N-N. "Don't touch the dolls, they're unending."
Oh,
What does that mean?
that we do not enter the room and we do not touch the dolls.
One of the dolls just waves.
Yeah, well, adios.
Do they know where Kena is?
Oh, do you know where Ken is at?
They just sit in silence. And I'll just wave.
I think this might be a fruitless endeavor.
You got a few more doors.
I'll check my door.
Oh, here
Curious
we go.
to see who.
Okay.
who
The walls
person-
of this bedchamber are covered in black lace curtains, and the room is covered with dark iron candelabras set with blood-red colored candles.
Mhm.
A large diamond-shaped bed rests in the center of the room and is covered in red and black satin sheets. In the northeastern corner of the room is a mannequin wearing what looks like a black mourning veil complete with a leather harness and knee-high leather boots with 3-inch heels. Large arched windows rest on the northern wall and look out into a stormy, fog-blanketed cliffside.
What was my person's name again?
Mathis.
So either Mathis was into this or Mathis
What's
did
this?
Yeah.
Oh, and Druck. The person he replaced was called Hilbrund.
Just a weirdo.
That leaves Ricky, Dax, and Coin's rooms.
Ricky,
Mm-hmm.
could you do me a favor and come when I open mine? Could you be there?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna open
Okay.
Coin store.
I love this place. The walls of this room are lined with sets of solid brass manacles where a series of humanoid skeletons have been chained to the walls by their wrists. Each skeleton has a series of strange arcane runes carved into the bones. Facing the skeletons is a simple, small bed without any sort of sheets or pillows. On the northern wall are a set of tall, arched windows that overlook a beautiful tropical lagoon set during a warm summer day. So someone had their bed facing towards all these chained up. Theoretically, at one point, people.
If you could you help me remember to properly take care of these, dispose of, what's this, inter these remains. If you could help me, we can also just trying to like maybe fly up and try and cover his eyes and turn him around, the hand on his shoulder, like.
Okay, all right, okay. All right,
Yeah, they're all
okay.
like they're covered in like these weird arcane runes that have been carved into the bone.
Yeah, that's let's next steps. I think.
That just leaves. Oh, and Coin, you replaced Bjorn. So the mask that you have had once said Bjorn on it.
Bjorn.
So theoretically, the plaque also would have said Bjorn, but now it says Coin. That just leaves Dax and Ricky's rooms.
You feeling up to it, champ?
Yeah, I mean, I came with you to yours, so I guess if you can come
Right.
with me to mine.
I got you.
All right.
Okay.
What about the other three? What are you guys doing? Are you gonna go check out Dax's room just to knock them all off, or?
Yeah,
This is
Druck'll
done
like
exploring.
see where other people have gone and then try to fill in any
Okay.
gaps if there are any
All right.
left behind.
So.
I'll just stick with Druck.
All right, we'll knock out Dax's room then first. The walls of this bedroom, I mean, this is kind of fitting. The walls of this bedroom are covered in paintings of gruesome battle scenes, reminiscent of the conflict you all saw in Halasar. It's basically a painting of that conflict. A massive circular bed sits messy and unkempt in the center of the room. Oh yeah, in the painting, there's like a tower that's like splitting in half, and you can see a centaur like cresting through the tower. The body of a centaur cresting through the tower.
There's just like a little dude in back. That's
Yeah,
just
it's rough.
Ragdolling.
It's rough. A massive circular bed sits messy and unkempt in the center of the room. A skeleton of a large 8-legged reptile hangs from the ceiling. Large arched windows rest on the northern wall of the room and look out over a stormy ocean bay. An occasional flash of lightning from beyond the windows illuminates the chamber.
Kena?
No, Katniss.
You, with me. Just we're looking for Kena. Kena. You say it too.
Oh, you want me to help? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Kena?
Kena.
Kena?
Kena.
Yeah, nothing.
Kena?
Ricky and Quoin, as you head to Ricky's room. This room has seen better days. Portraits that once hung from the walls now lie in pieces on the floor, and the bed has been torn asunder, the sheets ripped to shreds. Every bit of decor and furnishing have been thrown about the place like this room has been ransacked. Lying amidst the rubble, in a heap, is a mass of stinking, rotting flesh covered in milky, unmoving eyes. Whatever this thing was has been dead for a while. A set of arched windows on the northern wall just have solid stone behind them.
Just turn around, walk away, and just go. What about that makes that mine? What about? I suppose that's true about anybody's, but just does it say something about me? Should I be reading into this? What?
I want to put a hand on his arm and be like, I think it is an inheritance, and you don't always get to choose what you inherit.
Okay, I guess that makes me feel better.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. We're gonna probably, maybe bug bomb this place and
That's fair.
maybe hire a contractor. Put up a couple of sheets of drywall. I think we're gonna do a whole thing. We'll get you a view, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll get you a view.
What's everyone's
Thank you,
passive
okay.
investigation?
Oh, investigation.
11.
Passive investigation. Hell yeah.
14.
Oh, just a stout 10.
Sorry, what's Drux? This got to be good. What we got here?
Oh, he's on mute.
9.
Flitz.
Wow.
While you've been traversing this room and opening all these doors and going, that's weird. On the back wall of the fireplace, like how I described it, it's in the center of the room, there's a loose brick.
Well, I would say as the others are doing that and Flitz kind of didn't want to investigate, he'll walk over and he'll mage hand.
It out? Okay.
Yeah.
In hidden where the loose brick is, like in the wall, there's a folded up piece of parchment.
Can open it.
Just in case you idiots forget, the code to the vault in the treasury is as follows. And I'm going to just send you it.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
It's very much a Skyrim vault door, like those ones where you have the claws and you have to like...
Yeah. I was picking up on that when you said like the different animals that
Yeah.
were there, and I was just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Flitz, you find you find that in the fireplace. And then there's just all these like bottles on the hearth that are just filled with dead things. Like you see some brains, you see like what looks like a hairless gopher, and just some other stuff just crammed away in bottles. If Kena was here, that'd be another free wild shape right there, a hairless gopher. But
Too bad they're dead.
well,
Flitz is gonna hold up the parchment as everybody seems to be finishing up. We can access the vault if we need to. If we think there's gonna be anything substantial within there.
Like
Kena?
Kena.
Kena!
I don't think it would hurt just to see, to make sure that we... If the room's not touched, right? Who looked at that room?
You kind of just open the door and you didn't really go in.
Yeah, I looked. The room I looked at was pretty untouched. It was a grand bath room.
Oh, let's try that. Curious.
So
If you don't mind, it'll be quick.
you're gonna go check out the vault, like the vault door.
Yeah.
All right. Say you can approach the vault door. It's fucking huge. It's like it's like 30 feet by 30 feet. The door. And it's
If Druck
got.
hears them head towards it, he'll be like, "You got something?"
He'll kind of hold up the paper to Druck.
Then he'll follow.
Oh. Right. Okay, so he'll approach the dials?
Yeah. So there's 3 dials, all horizontal, and they're each engraved with a raven, rabbit, dragon, wolf, and goat. Each dial has those animals on it.
Okay.
Is it 3? I think it's 3.
No, it's 4.
It's 4. There's 4 of them. 1 magically appears. Yeah, there's 4.
And if I'm reading this right, they go in a certain order?
Correct.
Each dial goes in a certain order.
Correct.
Like that, they go wolf, then raven, then rabbit, then goat,
Yeah.
then dragon, then goat. So he'll take time. So the first one, he'll walk over to the dial, and he'll do wolf to the raven, to the rabbit, to the dragon, to the goat.
Mm-hmm.
He'll move to the raven, or to the second, do the raven, dragon, goat, wolf, rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Third, rabbit, goat, wolf, dragon, raven. Fourth, goat, rabbit, dragon, raven, wolf.
Perfect. You could have also just tried that without knowing the like.
Good luck.
The vault door opens with a soft hiss, as if air is escaping for the first time in a while. As the door opens, you're hit with the glow of This would be like, oh man, this door hasn't been opened in like a very long time. As the door opens, you're hit with the glow of thousands upon thousands of gold coins piled on the floor, as well as expensive pieces of treasure. There are other items tossed about on this small hoard. Resting on a pedestal is a leather-bound book with a purple cover which has been engraved with numerous eyes.
Flitz,
Hmm.
if I'm correct, we are in the Pewter Castle, correct? Yes?
Yes. This may be where the gold comes from.
I was going to ask, is this where the gold comes from?
I don't know where it comes from, I think, but this is a good...
Flitz, you can easily deduce this is not where the coins come from, because these coins aren't wet.
Oh, no. Wait, these aren't where they come from. They're not wet.
Oh,
So where does the other
right.
coins come from?
Deviant.
Yeah, there's a bunch of coins. There's a bunch of shit just laying in the hoard. You see a bejeweled ivory drinking horn with gold filigree, a gold cup set with emeralds, a small gold statuette of a dwarf on a goat set with rubies, a jeweled platinum ring, a crystal vial filled with a substance that resembles fog, a pair of rose-tinted crystal eyeglasses, a scroll of parchment covered in drawings of eyes and horrific tendrils, and a book on the pedestal that's bound with like purple, like leather bound with purple leather and engraved with eyes. The book is on a pedestal. Everything else is kind of just thrown about.
I don't... Because of Flitz's mega reduced wisdom, -2 now.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think he... I think he would be pulled to the most obvious point of interest, which is the book.
Okay.
Do you think we should take that? You could have clues.
As you approach, it does look like it matches a lot of stuff with Cathosis that you've been seeing.
I think we need to bring this with us. I won't touch it unless we all approve.
I mean, don't you got like magic stuff where you can figure out what it is?
It's kind of on Kena. They usually do this type of thing.
Flitz, give
I
me.
means of doing that.
Oh, do you?
I have identified. I don't have a legend lore.
Oh.
We'll just take it till Mage Hand try
Okay.
to grab it.
Yeah, you just grab it.
Quoin, could we do the whole? What is that thing? Did you say like transfer or something?
It as you
yeah.
as the mage hand does, kind of like bring it closer. It kind of looks like a spell book.
As he's like walking over to Quoin to say that, it kind of floats by him, and he's like, "Wait, I could use this potentially." We'll just put it in your chest for now, and then.
If you want to say transfer, you can pull it out of any pocket.
Any place. Okay,
Yeah, that you have.
sure. Transfer.
What language is it?
I'm not going to open it yet because I'm scared that something might happen.
Okay. You have this weird spell book engraved with eyes in there, and then there's just all the other shit.
We can return here at any point. This is good to know. We have a vault we can access.
There's lots of money.
Kena.
Kena!
No answer.
Good.
Yeah, the only room you haven't really explored here is the. You open the door with the Ever-Seeing, we're like, I don't know. The kitchen, Ricky was immediately like, no, stinks. Poof. The communal bath is just a communal bath. I mean,
There were pathways in the cathedral.
the chapel had like pathways in all their corridors with
Yeah.
like alcoves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, there were other pathways in the cathedral that Katniss and I went into. We could check that stuff out. We hollered, didn't hear anything back from Kena, but I mean that doesn't mean there isn't more there. I don't think we should give up. We definitely got a ping in this area, so I don't know. That's all I know is that there's something. There may be more in the cathedral, or the chapel. Any of you? Any other leads?
I'm willing to just go with any inkling of a lead we have now. The chapel sounds good to me.
Right, everyone to the chapel.
Okay. So yeah, it's a chapel. It has the corruption in it. The walls are covered in flesh, blinking eyes, blah blah blah. But the corruption in the flesh, the creep is what we're gonna call it. I think that's cool as fuck. Copyright, not maybe. Is avoiding every single statue in the alcoves except for one, I believe. Except for one, the creep is avoiding every statue in the alcoves except for one. So you can see statues that look they're dedicated to the Prime Pantheon, statues dedicated to the World Breakers, and then statues dedicated to lesser deities. And there's a fuck ton. So there's a lot of gods in here none of you would have seen before, but you can't really get any information where you currently are.
Alright, so I guess we just
I'll
step in and
start.
start looking around. There's a whole lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, I'll start clearing away some of this gunk. Y'all want?
Are we? Is there? Quoin would maybe keep an eye out. I still searching for clues and stuff, but maybe for like Aegis or for
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Bahamut.
Yeah. So you all enter the chapel. The first statue in the very first alcove, you see they all have plaques at the base. The first statue is carved into the visage of a massive platinum dragon that shares some of the features of a red dragon. The left eye appears more fierce, while the right is more kind and gentle. And the dragon has 4 large wings, and the plaque says Aegis the Twin Dragon. Yeah. And then beside that is Armathnin, and it just keeps going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go to the one that isn't covered in creep?
Yes. The plaque says Cathosis, and is a massive humanoid-shaped, skinless entity covered in rippling muscles and large blinking eyes and wings made from eyes.
Now, when you say skinless, do you mean it's just muscle and sinew?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cat.
Very biblical angel,
Oh.
just covered in eyes, with wings made of eyes.
Hot. Cat hot. Shiz?
But you see one
But
dedicated. You see one dedicated to Armathan, Asmodeus, Atropus, Bahamut, Cathosis, Cronus, Deltorith, Fungalile, the Fungal Lich, Lolth, a god none of you have heard of before called Morgaunt the Fleshless, Mortranius, Richtum, Sarenis, the Sunken Lord. Last campaign, fun stuff. Tiamat, the Weaver. For lesser deities, you see Ago Urin, the Baleful Lord, the Doll Maker, the Eye of Kings, which is what you took the crown from Halasar and the Stasis. You took his artifact, the Eye of Kings. Pharnacus, Fengrir, Halnuris, which is the sea serpent with the humanoid face that one fishing settlement worshipped. Joel, Lady of Webs, Pipshin, Yubalike, and Vrede and Ere. Two gods that share the same alcove. Vrede and Ere share the same alcove. So twin gods.
When you say that fishing settlement, are you talking about from last campaign?
No. Like a couple sessions ago. Like 2 sessions ago.
Okay.
Kitstead.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they had like
A shrine to Helnuris, yeah.
Yeah, very neutral.
Those are all of the alcoves with gods in it you see. Pipshin, who you just met, but sort of. Yubalike, which some of you recognize. Vrede and Ere resemble 2 large bears with saber-toothed, tiger-like large canine fangs. All the gods are here. The Weaver, which is very important because of Kena's stuff currently happening. The Weaver resembles an elvish woman with visible veins and eyes of starlight. Her long hair seems to flow as if blowing in the wind, and there are kind-looking eyes set into the palms of her hands.
Yeah. Truck just goes over and knocks on the statue. Hey, you got Kena? Kena!
I do not.
Is that like, does the mouth move or do I
No.
just hear a voice?
You just hear it in your head.
What, Druck, what?
I think if you touch the statues, you hear the deities, maybe? I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be a direct line to whatever deity you wish to.
Or it could be a
speak to.
trick of the place.
Or it could be a trick. It could definitely be a trick, Flitz. This is a really weird place. And they do have all this flesh stuff on them, except for that one.
There is one that resembles a gangling elf-like humanoid with eyes made of buttons, with patchwork and torn, ragged coat with large clawed hands whose claws resemble large sewing needles, where long white strands of thread hang from, and that's the Doll Maker.
I was going to say Other Mother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, there's Tiamat, there's a Sunken Lord, shout out last campaign, Mortranius, Morgaunt the Fleshless, Asmodeus. No Ashheart because, you know,
Recent?
this is way too far back.
Yeah. The Ashheart is the Gen Z of prime deities now.
He's going to show up, knock over the Asmodeus statue, and then leave.
Might even put his
The ever
just leave
finds
it.
out about this place, definitely.
But Quoin, yeah, you definitely see the Bahamut statue. It's a massive platinum dragon roaring up towards the heavens. And there's just the Tiamat statue, you know.
Confused by the motives of these people. I don't think we'll ever understand why they. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, every god I've heard of is here, and even some that I haven't. So, I mean, they might. I mean, that's actually kind of interesting, yes? That they would either worship or be as neutral as to tap into all of the gods. Quoin, there's Bahamut and Tiamat.
Is there Aegis?
Yeah,
Do I
it's
see an
the
Aegis?
first one. It's the one that has the features of a platinum dragon, the one I first described.
Yeah. So there's there's Aegis, but then like the ones after Aegis, which is interesting.
Yeah, because Aegis, I think you guys learned that Aegis was split and killed during the War of Ascension, and that became Bahamut and Tiamat.
It's interesting. I touched this one and heard a voice associated with that deity. So,
Quoin just runs up to the Bahamut statue and touches it.
No response.
Maybe you heard something because that's. What isn't that something that can? I don't know. Maybe we should go upstairs, up the stairs, out of here.
You said that there were alcoves.
Yeah, that's where all these
Sorry,
statues are.
Okay, so we've explored this
Yep.
place fully.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, let's do that. I think you're right, Flitz. I thought we might have had something here.
Still like kneeling, like basically in a low squat, at the reading the nameplate of Cathosis.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna look up at his face and be like, "You know where their friend Kena went?"
No response.
All right. Just gonna get up. Not knowing it, and I'm gonna like tap the shoulder and walk away.
Okay. You gain a D12 of Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that was a good call.
You don't
I
know
mean-
why.
Yeah, Quoin is going to like reverently bow, say a quick prayer to Bahamut, just a quick incantation.
Yep.
Yeah, so Boots get with everybody else.
All right, cool.
We're back in this main room. What next?
The spiral stairs still go upwards.
Oh,
Next steps, let's go. If
Yes.
everybody's cool, yeah, let's beat feet.
Yes.
Alrighty. Climbing up the bile-soaked steps, because that is these steps, the walls are covered in wet, fleshy membranes and eyes. A chandelier hangs from the ceiling of the third floor and is partially consumed by flesh. A large brown carpet covers the floor, which is thoroughly soaked. 2 corridors stretch off to the left and right, where the walls are covered in the same organic growth. The right-hand corridor is set with 3 doors. The left-hand corridor is set with a single door and turns to the left.
Could you repeat that? I apologize. The latter half, like the latter part
Yep.
of that, explaining the
Yep.
doors.
3 doors total. The right-hand corridor, four doors total. The right corridor, 3 doors. Left corridor, 1 door, and then a left-hand turn after 30 feet. So 1 door on the left, 3 doors on the right.
let's just look at through these doors again. Yes, just pop them open, see what's inside. Everyone
All
good?
at once or one at a time?
Yeah, I got this one.
All at once.
Okay,
Yeah, let's get these doors popped.
So is someone going to go to the door in the left-hand corridor then? Because you'll still be close to everybody.
Cool, I'll take that left-hand
Okay,
door.
cool.
I'll take the
Yeah,
next.
Coin's the
like,
fastest.
Yeah, I'll take the next door.
Alright, cool. The rightmost corridor is a long and narrow space with stone walls covered in that same fleshy growth. There's a stained glass window at the end that depicts an image of a series of eyes staring out from the glass in a swirling mass of darkness. Very similar to all the things you've been seeing about the eyes replacing the stars. Yep, so there's the first door, the second door, and the third door. Who's taking on door number 1 on this corridor?
I'll do it.
Prepare yourself. The walls are covered in layers of pulsating membranes, as per usual, and the floor is slick with a thick and noxious liquid. The furniture, such as cribs and rocking chairs, are twisted and contorted as if they were made of living tissue. This looks like a nursery. In the center of the room, There is a large, writhing mass of flesh and organs, with dozens of eyes staring out from its surface. Occasionally it goes and slowly slithers to a corner of the room before repeating the process and moving to yet another corner. Just squealing, going to a corner, doing it again, and slithering towards another corner. Just keeps doing that and that and that and that.
Kena.
It does not respond.
That's all he does until everyone does their
Okay.
thing.
Who's doing the next door? It'd be in the right-hand corridor, so it's either going to be Flitz, Kena, or Ricky.
Let's do it.
Okay. The walls of this room are swollen and distended, as if they're bloated. I had so much fun writing this stuff. Instruments such as violins and flutes hang from the walls, but are covered in thick, viscous fluid reminiscent of saliva. In the center of the room is a large grand piano made of mahogany with beautiful ivory keys. A large yellow mass is growing out from the top of the piano and seems to shiver as the piano appears to play a haunting melody all by itself. So it's a music room, but the walls are swollen and distended and covered in instruments.
Just
Kena.
don't break any 10 million yen vases.
Or a Stradivarius.
Flitz will call out for Kena.
No, nothing.
Okay. He'll close the door.
Alright. Riqquarian Ketnis. That's a hard name to say.
Mm-hmm.
Riqquarian Ketnis. Ketnis is, I'm getting tripped up on it. Riqquarian Ketnis, who's opened up the third door? You both doing it same time.
I'll stand next to Ricky. I'm probably like at least a foot taller than Ricky. I'm like, I think 6'7" is what I put down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Ricky is 5'8". So, yeah.
Is this door all Ricky then?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like
Oh,
he looks over and he's like, "You're not part of the. You're not one. I don't want to make you. I shouldn't. I don't want to open it."
No, I'm here
All
to
right.
help. I was drawn here the same as you were.
He's not
It's
saying it
okay.
out loud. This is all internal. There's just an internal. Fine, and we'll open it.
Okay. The library is cold and dry, a stark contrast to the rest of the keep. Shelves of yellowed bone line the walls, filled with dusty old books. In the center of the room is a single circular table surrounded by rusted lanterns. An enormous eye is carved into the ceiling, making you feel like you're being watched. Maps of unknown cities adorn the walls, and a draping purple curtain hangs on the northern wall. Resting on the table is a piece of parchment with hurried, frantic writing on it. And then we're going to go to Quoin's door. Prepare yourself, Quoin.
Yeah, no, Quoin's got a hand on the sword,
Okay?
but
As you open the door, a bloodshot eyeball swivels to stare at you from the ceiling. Attached by an optic nerve, the eye surveys an empty storage closet with only a few dusty boots scattered on the floor. It's just a closet with an eyeball hanging from the ceiling and looking around.
looks for other panels.
Yeah, no.
Anything.
Nothing. Just a closet with an eye growing out of the ceiling. Suspended by an optic nerve, so it's kind of just like...
Sorry, for some reason I wanted it to speak Huttese.
Oh, yeah.
Like the eye, like
Mhm, It does. Just for fun. It does, just for fun.
Coin just whistles back. Just leaves.
Alright. Yeah, so you opened up a nursery, a music room, a library that had a bunch of shit in it, and then Coin opened up a storage closet. And then Coin, as you look around the corner of where you are, it just ends at a stained glass window. Just that's the end of that corridor.
The stained glass window, does it depict a specific scene, or is it just kaleidoscopic? That's a real word.
It'd be like a stained glass window, so just kaleidoscope like.
Just design, not depicting anything.
It's just like a design of a guy being disemboweled.
Oh, so there is a scene.
Like the stained glass is a scene. Yeah.
Oh, great, thank you. Yeah. So I wanted to check the symbolism.
No, just
if there was
just
anything
weird.
Great, cool. Wanted to double check just in case there was some sort of hint or something.
Nope.
But
But you got the nursery where Druk saw the big wet mass slithering around, the music room with the piano playing by itself, and then a big old library and a closet.
Yeah, how is everyone? Is this floor clear?
Just a music room. Yes, I think so.
Any signs?
We got a big crybaby in this one. Doesn't know where Kena is. We should keep moving.
The only room that actually you can explore is the library. Everywhere else is just kind of like one little small chamber.
I'm curious about the library, but I don't think it's going to provide much insight for us.
Everyone give me perception checks.
Ooh.
This is not with advantage because it's not sight-based.
Thank you.
If you have eyes, I mean.
Of course. Fucking course.
My wizard eyes.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
What
Excellent.
about my elf eyes?
Natural 20 for 22.
I love that meme. It's like, what do your elf eyes see? You mean my eyes? So good.
19.
Okay. Would Katniss get
Sorry, what are we rolling?
perception?
Okay.
Not with advantage, just flat perception.
Okay.
And actually,
That is
if you
a
have
20.
those of you who have eyes can add your Constitution modifier to this one.
Oh. Well then.
26.
Whoa.
So that's
20.
that's
22.
everybody here.
21 plus 9 is dirty 30.
Okay.
33.
Okay.
Oh wait, you could add 3?
Add your con modifier
Oh, add con mode. Yeah. 33.
because this is something else. All right, Ricky, what'd you get? Sorry.
22.
Okay, 30 for Katniss. Quoin got a
23.
Druk got a 33, and Flitz.
26.
You all feel that tugging sensation again, pulling you into the library.
Coin just barrels through.
Yeah, running as well.
And as soon as it draws you towards the library, it vanishes again. Like it's getting faint.
It's just speeding through, and flies up to the top of the library to start surveying.
Yep.
It's
You
just
have shelves of yellowed bone filled with dusty old books. The center of the room is a single circular table surrounded by rusted lanterns. An enormous eye is carved into the ceiling, making you feel like you're being watched. Maps of unknown cities adorn the walls. A draping purple curtain hangs on the northern wall, and it's the only curtain in here. No windows whatsoever. Resting on the table is a piece of parchment with hurried, frantic writing on it.
Let's go into the parchment.
Okay, it's written in common. Do you read it out loud for your friends?
Sure.
We've discovered a doorway into the beyond, the realm of Cathosis. We've done our best to seal the door, but the whispers always compel us to pass the threshold. A few weeks ago, Bran lost his daughter to a horrible disease. We tried restoring her to life, and it worked, but only her body was restored. Her soul was missing. She was like an empty shell. Ever since, Bran has spoken of his daughter's presence pulling to him from behind the curtain. Against our better judgment, he went through, not willing to wait for us to join him. There's only one known way to reunite a living body with its soul, and that's to bring the body to the soul's resting place and reunite the two. However, the body is a much more vulnerable state without their soul, and we advised against him bringing her with him, but he wouldn't listen. We've tracked down the location of an ancient ritual used by wizards and other entities to lock souls away and siphon them for an extended lifespan, the sort of precursor to lichdom. The soul is placed inside of a diamond, but that's all we figured out. The ritual lies within the lost city of Malwar, the city destroyed by Solfar during his ascension into Armathnin, which he banished along with Cathosis. The only thing is that the city is shattered across the plains. One half lingers on our moon, while the other lies just beyond the curtain. Nothing turned up when we visited the portion within the moon. So, you get a sense whoever wrote this also went to the moon. So only one option remains. The rest of us have decided not to venture forth. It's too risky, and we warned Bran. He left his mask behind, so we've accepted his resignation. Signed, Bine, Hilbrund, Mathis, Tigrund, and Bjorn of the Ember Conflagration. And I'll post that entire note in the group chat.
Thank you.
Flitz is gonna take the parchment and fold it up and slip it in his pocket. 'Cause history.
So basically what they're saying is there is a way that they can retrieve the soul without needing the body. They just need to put it into a diamond and then bring that to the body, and that the ritual was in the lost city of Melwar, which was broken apart, which is behind the curtain. The one half of it is behind the curtain because it was split during the War of Ascension when Cathosis was banished by Solfar, who became Armethnin.
Right.
One half of the city went to the moon, which is the city you all saw on the moon that you were wandering through.
Mm-hmm.
And the other portion, they said, is beyond the curtain. That's the only place they haven't looked at yet.
What is the... Would we know, or I apologize if I missed it, do we know the value of what the value of the diamond would need to be
Nope. Doesn't specify. It just
Right on.
says this is what they know, and the location of said ritual to do so. The only place they haven't checked is beyond the curtain that's in this room.
Luckily, I can do rituals and spellcasting, so that's fortunate. Keep me alive.
And that sensation tugs at you again towards the curtain.
Yeah, I
Do we have a diamond for this?
You have tons of diamonds.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Quoin pulls out a 5,000 GP diamond, so it's bigger than his head probably, or whatever.
It's pretty big, yeah.
Like, it's pretty big, and just being like,
Perfect.
let's go get him back.
Get who back?
Kena,
Candace,
you the name.
you need to pay more attention as Flitz is walking toward the door.
Yeah, towards the veil. Yeah.
I guess there's a curtain, yeah. So do you
Or the curtain,
do
sorry.
you pull the curtain aside?
We've got to go deeper.
Yeah, you do. Into just another layer.
He'll
Another
mage
layer.
hand to grab the corner of the curtain to pull it
Okay.
at like a angle. So
Okay. The purple curtain conceals a heavy iron door shackled with spiked chains. You can all hear a faint chorus of hushed whispers coming from the other side, just...
Are the
Is there a
chains?
My
lot?
name's Ketish. Katnish.
Kena.
Kenna.
just whispers you can't hear, like you can't really decipher what they're saying, like a chorus of them all layered on top of each other, and the door is shackled with spiked chains.
is there a lock?
Nope, just these chains
Like attached to anything, or are they just like?
bolted into the
Are they-
surrounding wall and door.
Oh, they are like bolts. They're
Yeah, they're like, this door is not
attached.
fucking opening. Yeah, basically.
Coin is going to try putting his hand on the door, then giving it a knock.
All the chains go slack, and the door violently swings open of its own accord. Beyond lies an inky void, a chorus of voices calling out each of your names, begging you to cross the threshold.
Fuck.
Hey, it knows my name.
What's Druck trying to do or say?
It was more of a meta thing, because you said it's too risky. We warned Bran. I was wondering, of the places that we went into, which of us, if we went into our own rooms, which of us had Bran's mask?
It would have been Kena. The room that had all the dolls in it.
Okay.
The guy who lost his daughter.
Okay. So if that person was corrupted in some way, we could probably expect to... Okay. That's it. That was all I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, the door swings open. You just see a void of darkness with all these voices just saying, "Ricky, come on." And then, like, you hear, "Yeah, Quoin, come on in." And then just, like, different voices just calling your names and beckoning you through the threshold of the door.
So we're saying this is the only way to get Kena is to go through?
I don't know. Kena.
The sensation of getting tugged is coming from this void of nothingness that the door was.
I mean, I'm getting another bite.
And
I've
then-
been on enough fishing trips to know that tugging means something's pulling you towards it, or being pulled towards you. So I'm just gonna go in.
I really thought you were going to leave it. I've been on enough fishing trips to know that tugging means pulling.
Tugging and pulling, tugging and pulling. Plus,
I'm
he's gonna kind of walk.
living my best life.
He's gonna try to exist next to Quoin. He's gonna be close to Quoin as probably possible.
Yeah, I would probably try and look at everyone and say, I'm going to go get Kena back. No pressure. Like, this seems pretty messed up. So, if anybody wants to... I'm not trying to exclude anyone, but if you feel uncomfortable, this is pretty uncomfortable. Or I guess you
could... the best time of my life. This is so new to me. I'm having a great time.
Kate, I sent you,
like a dream, right?
Kate, I sent you something on Discord.
It's like a dream, like screwed up dream, but kind of dreamy.
Let me see here. Quoin.
Oh.
You hear Yodelin call out to you from the void. Druck, you hear your family call out to you from the void. You hear another voice call out to you from the void, though. What does Kena say to possibly entice her friends, or their friends, forth?
Kena would be like...
No, I'm asking Kate.
Literally.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying...
No, I'm asking Kate.
I thought you were saying what we
No,
heard.
I'm trying to actively
asking
think
Kate.
of something.
Oh, okay. My bad. I misinterpreted that.
Oh, man. I think I'm most likely... I think because of my most recent interactions, I would specifically target Quoin.
Okay.
And I would just say, "Come in, brother."
Okay.
Can I do an insight check?
No. You can't see the person you're talking to. There's no way to deduce lies, deceit, truth. And each of you with eyes, like the new eyes, they are frantic and just spasming wherever they are on your body.
Freckle, like, not in a hurtful way, but as a, like, kind of, God damn it, stop type of way. He's just gonna bite his tongue. But not like to draw blood or anything, but just like...
Okay.
He's just like, stop it. Ugh.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Chastising smack.
Saving throw. Dirty 20.
Okay. You feel this surge of psychic pain run through your entire body, and you don't take any damage.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. I got lucky there, guys. I rolled a 16.
And yeah, the voices just keep, the cacophony of the chorus just keeps getting louder and louder and louder. And the stonework around the door starts to, like, fracture and crack. Just...
Follow your feelings. I'm gonna go get Kena. I just into the
You jump
into
through?
the void.
Okay. Coin just disappears.
I mean, if it looks like Quoin has a pretty solid idea on how to get Kena, Druck's following.
Okay, Druck's through.
Because Druck just had an experience and was just like, man, fuck this.
Yep.
And sees Quoin go off in a direction
Alright.
after what he said.
Druck's
Follow.
gone. Disappears. Just leaving Ketinus. I keep saying Kestis. Ketinus, Ricky, and Flitz.
I'm not cool enough to be of the line of Cal Kestis. I'm not
That's
cool
true.
enough.
That's true. So we've got Ketinus, Ricky, and Flitz still sitting on this side, and the stone on the door just keeps fracturing and fracturing. Just.
Oh boy. Okay, I guess I'm going.
Okay.
He's gonna jump through.
Bringing Mr. Fluffles with you.
Yeah.
If I go in, Flitch, will Zeph kill me, or is that gonna be fine? Cause like I am kind of, he's still on me, so like I'd be bringing him with me.
Sure, go in. If you feel
Wahoo!
inclined. Okay.
All right.
I just like Mario jump into the door.
Oh boy, yeah. Just leaving Flitz, and yeah, Flitz. Every time somebody passes through, the stone just fractures immensely. Just like, yeah.
Okay. He's gonna reach into his bag really quickly and pluck one of the little bells from his Hollyshire outfit, and he's gonna set it at the entrance.
Okay.
I'll be back. And he's just gonna jump backwards into the door,
As
not
you all
looking.
pass through the threshold into the void, we're gonna take a break, quick 10-minute break, and we'll get back to as you enter a realm where people usually can't go.
Uh-oh.
See you back in 10. This is where some people disappeared to during Beneath the Tide and said they could never come back.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
But we'll be back.
BRB.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. See you all very soon. Hello, everybody. As we speak of Gatanjos. So you all have stepped through the threshold in the library of the keep into, well, somewhere else. Crossing the threshold into the void, you experience a chilling sensation that seeps into your very bones, if you have them. Do you all have bones?
Yeah, my bones are cold.
No, you can't have my bones, Justin. I watch TikTok.
I don't know what that means. An eerie silence envelops you, as if you've passed from life into death. Yet,
What?
you know you're still alive. You still feel alive. You still feel like your heartbeat, and you're still breathing. You're not dead. You just kind of get this weird sensation. It's a weird, like, huh? All around you is a vast expanse of nothingness, a void of inky blackness. You're suspended in the air, surrounded by a blanket of emptiness. The darkness is so absolute that you can't make out anything, but then you spot a glimmer of light in the distance. A warm, familiar presence radiates from it, and you watch as it's actually two lights, one of which is much more dim, while the other is much brighter. Both feel familiar in a way, but the dim light is fading too much to figure it out, and it just blinks out, while the brighter light radiates the feeling you each feel when you're around Kena, whatever that may be.
Oh no, the other one was Ven, guys.
Don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Just gonna shout. Druck's just gonna shout, Kena!
Quoin starts sprinting, or
Okay, so there is no
speed
sprinting.
flying.
You're all floating.
Yeah.
Then trying,
Yeah.
like when you try and punch in a dream and you can't.
That's basically
like,
what this is. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
It's like you're moving. It's like you're in like a soup.
yeah.
So flying like magically wouldn't be any different.
Nope.
Damn it.
They'll be floating.
Druck be
It
floating.
is. It is a strange experience to be untethered by gravity when you know that experience, and to be in a place where there is no resistance and yet you can't push away from anything when you usually defy that gravity. Like, it's just that
Defying
that
gravity,
feels.
as they say. That's a musical joke. Yeah.
I'm gonna skip it. I was gonna. It's hard. It's hard.
It's
not
hard
break
not to
into
sing that song
when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
hard. It seems like it's a popular song.
Yeah. What's everybody's? This is gonna be a fun question.
Katniss is just going to be dancing through life.
What's everybody's charisma? Like your charisma
20.
score. Like your charisma score.
Oh, damn.
12.
12?
11.
Okay. So,
Like
Why isn't Flitz the mouth of the party?
so your speed here is based on your charisma score.
Is that 20 feet?
Since this is kind of like a weird otherworldly realm that warlocks like to harness.
Interesting thing, scouts add plus 10 to their movement score, not their walking or their swimming or their flying. It adds 10 to their movement.
Oh, well, unfortunately that's not going to work here because this is based on, it's a different plane of existence and it's based on your mental acuity in terms of charisma.
Okay.
Just like how the Astral Sea is specifically only your intelligence.
All right. I'm all right.
So
Sorry, Q people can only go fast.
Ricky, what's your charisma? Yeah, it's true. Ricky, what's your charisma?
12.
12. So you're rounded down. So in combat, you have a movement speed of 10. Out of
Oof.
combat, you've got 12.
Okay.
Kenna, Katniss.
Katniss has a charisma of 11.
So rounded down to 10. In combat, 11 out of combat. Quoin.
Same.
Okay, same.
11.
Druck.
It's so funny. Like, I actually love this because Druck is usually kind of the fastest person.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He is absolutely the slowest person at only 7.
So you would round down.
Feet.
So you'd be 7 in combat, or 7 out of combat, 5 in combat because it rounds down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flitz,
Wow.
you're at an even 20, so you're good.
Yeah.
I'm racing circles around y'all.
Yeah.
Katniss
Druck
is
is-
just doing flips.
But Flitz is headed straight
The
to
light.
the light. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Whee!
Now, those of you that have eyes get a +10 bonus to your speed here for as many eyes as you have.
Oh.
And
30.
Suddenly Druck is not
Suddenly Druck is second
boogie in the
fastest.
back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so as you like enter, the eyes seem to like fit in, like they're
Can
home.
I want to ask. May I inquire about this?
Yeah.
So, before we stepped into the void,
Yeah.
they were having a real Sam Witwicky
Oh yeah,
eye
they were
flap
just
going on.
Yeah, they were just freaking out.
Yeah, having a real thing. So have they? So they've calmed down and focused a little.
They're
more?
very focused. And
Does the control we've exercised before over the eyes maintain, or have they become?
you maintain it here, but now you can't choose where they look while you're here.
Okay, that's fucking interesting. Where are they? Can we?
They're just
I would like.
they're not
look
they're
at-
like they're just like looking out into distant space. They're not focused on anything right now, but
Okay, thank you.
you get a sense that like you can't manipulate them here. You can't like move them around, and you can't close them.
That is interesting. Wait, we
Um,
can't close them.
No. But for each eye, you have a +10 bonus to your speed. So Druck would be at 27, rounded to 25. Ricky, you're at whatever you're at. Keep track of your eyes, everybody. And Flitz,
Well, I mean, based on the description, just to clear up any miscommunications, based on the description, I have 3 eyes, but I know that mechanically I have 2
correct.
eyes,
So you're still at
2
20,
extra
yeah,
eyes.
you're at 27. Yeah. Flitz, you said you were flying towards the light, or who's flying towards the light? Someone is flying towards the light. Okay.
Yeah, at speed, at the
Yeah.
biggest speed I can.
All right. It always seems out of reach. No matter how close you get, the light just always seems like it's just out of reach. And the light is pulling you deeper and deeper into the dark, into the void.
Kena, you gotta meet us halfway. What's going on? Kena.
Come on, get the diamond.
Yeah, no, it's a Quoin like clutching the diamond, but like moving his forward. Meet me halfway, brother.
Just keeps going. You all follow the light.
Yeah.
Follow the light.
I mean,
And
Druck
this
being
is Flitz in the background. Whee!
Druck being wary of like traps and stuff. Obviously, probably nothing is coming out of this, but he's like seeing that we're heading towards a specific point. He's gonna start looking around.
It's just a void of emptiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But more to stay true
Yeah.
to my character,
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
still gonna look
Yeah.
around because like this is like beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
beep,
it's
beep,
just
beep.
you look around. You look
Warning.
you look back also. The door you step through, not there.
Yeah. Okay.
So as you all follow the light, Druck just like you know, checking all your corners. As you drift through the dark, inky void, you catch a glimpse of a distant city. It's floating in the distance, eerily derelict and impossibly old, and attached to a chunk of mountainside. The buildings are crumbling and vacant, and the streets are empty and silent. And there's something strangely mesmerizing about it that's pulling you towards it, but also the light. The light's also zooming towards it. And it looks extremely similar as the city on the moon, same architecture and everything. So yeah, the theory that the other half of it got sent here is proven true.
Do we need to beat that tool there? What?
And he just starts going as fast as he can.
As soon as somebody gets within like 5 feet of the light, it just out of reach and it's gone.
While he's racing, he's
Yeah.
like going to the city,
Yeah.
not the light.
That's what light
so
is.
he's
The
trying
light-
to
the
beat
light-
it to that location in order to like play catcher.
Yeah, it's impossible to beat this light. It's always meant to be out of reach, like a lure. And
Mm-hmm.
as you drift closer to the city, there's a massive
Thing about fishing.
there's a massive stone sign floating in the void, carved with intricate letters that spell out the name Malloir. And as you get closer, you can see the buildings are even more ruined and decrepit than you first thought. The buildings are shattered, the windows are shattered, and the doors are hanging from their hinges. And it's clear that no one has lived here for obviously a very long time. The buildings.
Wait, this is the place. This is the place we were before, like with all of the eyes, and we had our chariot
No,
person.
that was a flesh city. This is not a flesh city. This is all stone. That was Amoebus. This is Melwar. This is the city you just read about in the library.
Okay, sorry. I thought there was like
Nope.
Okay.
This is the other half of the city on the moon. The once elegant buildings are now crumbling, devoid of color, and are covered in tendrils of shadow, which writhe and twist across the stone surfaces like snakes. The tendrils seem to be alive, pulsing and writhing as if they are feeding on the very essence of the city. The streets are empty and silent, with the occasional skittering of unseen creatures breaking the eerie stillness. And it is, surrounded by a roiling, inky blackness, as if suspended in an endless night. And as you drift into the city, that flash of light darts into a dark alleyway between two of the crumbling buildings, about 60 feet away. And as you enter the city proper, that floating feeling disappears, and you all touch ground with your full movement speeds back.
Okay.
Do we follow?
Yeah, I mean, this is totally a trap. I know it is. It feels like a trap. Everything about this is a trap. But we don't have anything else. Kena's
We
here
need to find
somewhere.
we just need to find the ritual. Right?
What do you mean, find the ritual?
The ritual to do the whole get the
You find the
soul into
soul,
the diamond.
slam it into
Yes.
the gem.
No,
and
we
we're
have a
good.
ritual that we have to do, Druck.
What do you mean?
The note.
The note, the
Spoke of
bronze
a ritual.
bronze note. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that
Note
said you
about-
needed to do a thing to get the soul to go into the diamond. I don't think you
Into
can just
the
grab a
diamond.
soul and just put it in diamonds. I don't think it works like that.
No, with the
well,
head attitude.
I'll leave the specific. Yeah, that's right, Kena's up top. I'll leave the specifics up to you, I guess. But if it's an extensive ritual, and you just let us know how long it might take, just in case.
Okay, well, we have to find it first. So. But I'll do that. I'll keep you in the loop.
All right.
Wait, are we splitting the party?
No.
That seems like a bad idea.
Okay.
Mr.
You
Fluff,
can run up if you would like.
Mr. Fluffles just like pulls out his pipe and is smoking.
Well, he's relaxed. That's a good sign.
Yeah, let us
Wait, is it?
let us
I
keep
think so.
let's keep moving. Let's Quoin like
Um,
trying to like check in with everyone, but also kind of like
Yeah, let's go.
yeah,
Down that alley, it went that way, I think.
I
He's
trust
gonna
you.
point at the wrong one. Because his perception is like
Oh,
a
yeah.
-2 right now. So he's like, no, it's that one. Someone with a higher perception, please correct him.
Yeah,
Quoin
be
is
like,
not that not that person.
Ricky's
just
Ricky's
barreling
resting at a
into-
34. Druck's resting at a passive of 30.
Only a passive though. Active, it's lower.
You all saw. You all
Christ.
did see where the light went, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then let's towards the light.
Okay.
I think it was actually that way.
light.
All right.
It's a light.
The claw. The light leads you to a scene of absolute destruction, and the apparent cause for the state of this area of the city. As you approach, you are struck by the sheer size of the scene before you. Stretching out across several city blocks is the enormous skeleton of some massive humanoid creature. The bones are adorned with tattered robes, and a massive spear as tall as a tower is impaled through its sternum and into the ground. The skeleton is easily the length of these 6 city blocks, with 13 heads arranged along its spine. Each head is larger than a house, with long, sharp teeth and empty eye sockets that seem to stare into the distance. You would have seen the god that's represented as this entity in the chapel as Morgaunt the Fleshless. So this is a dead god. Scrambling across the bones are small, shadowy entities with angular-shaped heads, 6 sets of wings, and bulbous eyes that look like a mixture between a fly and a human's. Instead of legs or other appendages, these creatures have long spiraling tendrils spooling out from their torso. And they all just sort of fly off into the surrounding void with a soft buzzing noise. And then the light zips off straight upwards and to the left and disappears from sight.
Like upwards and to the left.
Yeah, just like on an angle, just...
Does it look like this dead god has any weapons?
None that anyone could use.
Okay.
Because they would be the size of, like, a building.
I'm gonna look. There's like a little bit of struggle in Katniss's eyes. We're like, oh, yeah. And they go, and she goes after the light.
Okay, so as you look up towards the light illuminates a series of building-sized rusted chains that seem to stretch out into the distance and through buildings and stuff. The chains are serrated with jagged teeth along their edges and are attached to the crumbling buildings. The chains appear to be old and worn and seem to stretch out almost endlessly, as if they could continue on for a very long distance. As you look up at these chains, a creeping sense of dread washes over, and you get the sense you're being watched. And now you each get that kind of feeling where instincts kick in, the fight or flight response. Suddenly, large eyes begin to open all across the endless void, just one by one, just matching the star charts that Flitz has. The eyes seem to be staring directly at you all, and at the same time, an endless chorus of discordant voices speaks out all at once. The voices are faint and far away, but they seem to be coming from all around you. Do not resist the call. Surrender to his will and join us in the darkness. Those of you that have new eyes feel these eyes twitching erratically with almost a fervor of anticipation. The eyes in the void seem to hyperfixate on those of you that do have these eyes. Come home to us, siblings. Our father calls you back to the fold. Do not resist the call. Join us in the reunion and embrace your destiny.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does Quoin hear Kena's voice saying, "Come join me, brother"? Oh, okay, thank you.
You do the deeper voice that says, "Our father calls you back to the fold," very much like Ven.
Oh. We hear the Ven voice.
Yeah, so the voice that said, "Our father calls you back to the fold," 100% Ven.
And into the darkness. Then I suppose.
And the light flew up these chains that are like impaled through buildings, and the chains are like building sized. Basically, just up on an angle, up these chains is where the light went.
Then Quoin, don't mean to step up too much, friends, but Quoin is going to pull his sword out and smash it against his shield and just scream, "Come into the light!" Just like kind of as a general challenge to the darkness.
Okay.
Druck's just gonna repeat what he's been doing this whole time. Kena!
Can I take out my rope of climbing? And I want to try to get it to connect to a chain 60 feet above me.
The chains are also just impaled in the ground, so you could also just walk up the chains.
Never mind. Then I'll start climbing the chain.
Okay.
Following the light.
Okay.
So sorry, now that we're in the city, are we back to using our normal movement speed again? We're not like floating anymore?
Correct.
Okay. Can we float?
No.
Okay, so like once we got within the city, just like gravity took over again? Okay. Then in that case, if we're going up in that direction, Ricky can just like run up the chains because they're
they are serrated.
Surface. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you would be taking if you do run up the chains and not do it slowly, or like at a normal pace, you're gonna like slice your stuff all to shit.
Okay. I mean, he can go like.
Sorry to interrupt. Mechanically speaking, does it count as difficult terrain?
No, it's just if you go faster than normal, you're gonna have a rough time not
not
cutting yourself. Dash. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, we can go just like normal speed of it.
Yeah, and the sky is just filled with the void is now just filled with eyes in the sky. They can just continue talking, saying, "Do not resist the call. Surrender to His will. Join us in the darkness. Come home to us. Our Father calls you back to the fold. Do not resist the call. Join us in the reunion. Embrace your destiny." And that's only to the people with eyes that hear that. So, which is everybody here, actually.
Everybody, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucks with Druck, because that's one of the things that one of the new fears he's gotten. So
Yeah, it's gonna probably, if Quoin hearing Ven's voice, because like Quoin and Ven were actually starting to like gain a more specific connection when Ven had passed. Yeah, so it was like okay, well, he's in the loving embrace of Bahamut, and now as light comes to this fucking soul thievery that's going on, I think that's probably not a super awesome. There's a lot of attention. Sorry, just trying to explain the headspace. So thank you guys for giving me the time and breadth for that.
But you do see like Ketnis just start walking up the chains, following the light that's just drifting up the chains.
Does the light look like it's going?
It's going
like a building, or
it's
just
going
up
just up the chains towards like the chain does pass through ruined buildings, so it's not really going anywhere specific. The chains just pass through buildings.
Yeah, I think if we are specifically resisting gravity, then Quoin would fly up to try and join.
Okay.
Hey gang, I know I'm usually the one that does this, but what if, like I said, this is entirely a trap and Ken is gone, and we'd be completely screwed if we kept going on this path?
We can't go back.
I mean, we can go back.
Can we? The door was gone that we came through.
We can always try. I'm just saying.
We made it this far, Druck. We can. Either we do this or we die.
Really, Flitz? You saying this?
I have learned to accept the realities of being with you as a group, and that is one of those realities.
Yeah, alright. I guess I'll
What?
take that.
Am I wrong?
I mean, no, but just saying.
Do you want to hold my hand while we walk?
Do you want to hold my hand while we walk?
Yes.
So you all start.
His little short arms will like reach up.
Perfect.
yeah, but
Grab
Druck's arms are really long.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's just like he's holding it, like walking like alongside Druck. He's just gonna grab, because probably can't like hold. He'll just grab like a pinky or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Flitz is not scared. Flitz is freaked out, but he's not. He's accepted at this point.
No, Druck accepts nothing. He's terrified out of his mind.
And I think Flitz senses that, because that's how Flitz was for a while. But I think at this point he's kind of he's
Druck
determined to save Kena, and he thinks he can do it. So
Druck is
we do it or we die.
Druck is absolutely fucked in this moment. Like
Yeah,
he
it's
hates this.
It's fucked here.
It's everything that he anticipated and saw in his future
This is
through the fears that Kena even projected onto him.
This is meta knowledge, but this is where Baxter, Gundar, and Koana went at the end at that one part of Beneath the Tide. They went through that archway, and this is where they wound up.
Oof.
Fun fact. The Beyond. Yeah, so you all start making your way up these chains. It's only like this steep of an angle, so it's not entirely impossible to climb up. There's like massive, like 6-foot long serrated edges on them. As you make your way along the rusted chains, the eyes that fill the void seem to watch your every move like a captivated audience. But something in your mind seems to be urging you to just simply step off the chains, because bits of the chains move over broken portions of city that just show the void. Like the feeling you get at the edge of a cliff or a tall building, the urge to jump and be claimed by the urge to jump and be claimed by oblivion. That feeling is just present.
Justin, I love that so much, but as a person who gets vertigo
Me too.
and
Yeah.
feels that same
Yeah.
urge to like, hey, why don't you jump? It's just like, no,
It's a real,
fuck you,
it's a real
no,
thing.
I don't want to
It's a real
jump.
thing. It's fucked.
Oh, fuck that.
You get a sense though that you definitely do not want to do that. It's every instinct in your body's like, nope, 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 nope,
Yeah.
nope.
You don't say.
Don't do that. Don't jump off into oblivion. But you can't shake the feeling that something is watching you, and it's not just the eyes in the sky or the void. As you move on, about an hour or so just up this chain, you see glimpses of ruined buildings drifting past, remnants of a long-dead civilization. The souls of trapped humanoids wander these ruins, screaming, laughing, and staring blankly at you as you pass. A lot of people just are just straight-faced staring up from windows, just watching you walk up. Their screams echo through the void as their souls melt away into screaming piles of shadow and drift off into the darkness. The eyes continue to watch you, waiting for you to join them in their eternal oblivion. You can't shake the feeling that something sinister lurks in the shadows, waiting for you to make a misstep. Kind of just like you sense this, like, yeah, it's like the fight or flight response. You can always feel like you're being like watched. It's like the feeling that prey animals get when a predator's lurking. That just innate knowing.
Yeah,
that's how you all feel right now.
If that's the case, you said that if you go faster than normal,
there's a chance you cut yourself on the chains. Yeah,
Druck's doing that.
Okay, dexterity.
Like if you give fight or flight, Druck's like if you are saying that we are getting that response.
Yeah,
Druck is like flighting.
Okay, dexterity saving throws. You're running up. You're like running up the chains, just in the same direction. Yeah. Okay, dexterity saving. Anyone who's attempting to move at a faster pace right now.
It's that like tension in your lower spine that just urges you to either like, yeah.
It's like when you're a kid and you're like running up the basement stairs.
Mm-hmm.
When you turn the lights off. 18? Yeah, you're fine. You dodge all like the massive like 6 foot long just like blades that jut out. Everybody else running up these chains to catch up.
I had mentioned that I'm
flying. Okay, you're fine then. Yeah, you can just.
I know that there's like a void that we're staring into.
Yeah.
Are we at all like?
You'll know.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know I'm like flying over the chain.
Yeah, you'll know if you're
specifically with that in
you'll
mind.
know when. You'll know when.
But like
happen.
just over the chain.
Yeah, sounds
just
good.
to let you.
Yep.
Yeah, for clarity. Thank you so much.
Is everybody else moving a little faster then, or? Otherwise, Druck's just gonna be gone.
Druck just like yanked Flitz.
Oh, right.
Druck is like if that halves Druck's speed, then
that's only if you bring Flitz with you.
That is, yeah. Druck will be bringing Flitz with him because he cares about Flitz.
Yeah, okay.
Flitz,
he cares about Flitz.
Flitz, as you're being semi kind of dragged along these chains, dex save.
Like I said, Druck cares about Flitz, so he's not going to drag him
21.
through.
21 Flitz. Okay. You expertly like roll out of the way of these. Yeah, you're like
using the air to jump over some of them.
What about Katniss and Ricky? Are you increasing your speed a little bit?
Ricky
speed also has wings if you remember.
Right, but also Ricky's base speed is 55 feet.
Yeah.
So like he nearly moves the double move speed as a base speed. So like he can move carefully and still be moving twice as fast.
What about Katniss?
Yeah, Drux is 55 as well.
Oh wow.
Well, you're 30 right now because I can't keep up.
You can't hear. I think you're good.
I'm so slow compared to everyone.
So are you going fast?
If I can try to hop from chain to chain to like cut down on distance traveled.
I will say if you fail on that, you do fall into the oblivion.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. This is a place where failure does have a very, very much has stakes.
I'm not No, I'm kidding.
This is also a place where you don't want to die. Just throwing that
I'm not I'll just go fast.
All right, dex save.
Gotta go fast.
Dex save. The only way you're gonna fall off. The only way you're gonna fall off is if you roll a nat 1.
Boy, Kate's risks have never come back to bite her in the ass.
So what'd you get?
Not a 1.
Dex save.
That's a 6, my dude.
All right, you don't fall into the oblivion, but you do run into one of these spikes, and it just impales you through the thigh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And you take...
Hey, that's where the arteries are.
Yeah, it's fine. Fantasy game. This isn't Morkborg where you can die instantly and stuff like that.
I parry the spike.
No, you don't. Yeah, you know what? No, you don't. You failed.
On my
failed to
AC.
it. You take 23 piercing damage as this spike
At
just,
least 46.
as this massive just through your thigh. There's a little bit of like an arterial kind of like spray, but
Oh, Jesus, fuck!
but this
God,
6-foot-long
damn,
blade
yeah.
is keeping the wound closed. But you all hear like a sunk from behind.
Yeah, fit! Fuck! Jesus! God, gosh damn it!
Out of game or like out of character. Katniss doesn't have the weakness to slicing or whatever, right?
No.
That was just kind of.
No, that's
Okay.
that's the player has that curse
Good.
forever.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every character from here
Every
on out.
character from here on out.
Vulnerability, the non-magical bludgeoning piercing slashing.
So we
damage.
can decurse
Yeah.
Kena as a person.
Yeah. But
So Quoin's gonna fly back and put to not heal the wound but scab it
perfect.
and a dump 5 into you.
It's a big scab.
It's not a good.
It's just a radiant cauterization. It's fine.
Yeah, just to give you a little bit of a thing to be like.
You'll match the keep when you go back if you get back to the keep.
It does 10 damage of radiant damage, but then 15 points of healing. Cool. Thank
so
you.
just a little, just to close up the wound, and then. Like,
Ah,
take
it's-
what time
yeah.
you need. And then flying away.
you guys are so much faster than me.
I'll come back and check on you.
Damn it.
Are you
So my
gonna?
flying speed is at least.
I'm just gonna
60.
do a normal walk because
Okay. All
ate
right.
me up. I'm just gonna be slow as fuck.
All right. As you all make your way along the chains, you eventually begin to pass through a crumbling, inverted tower. So you're technically entering through the top of the tower. As you enter, you see a man pacing a section of the floor that is upside down, so he's currently above you. Pacing. He's dressed in a fancy red frock coat and a white cravat. He's wearing an opal necklace. His head is adorned with a head of brown hair and a brown goatee, and looks to be in his mid-30s. But something about him seems off.
Is it our boy?
As he looks down at you from above, his lips stretch into an impossibly wide smile, slightly tearing the flesh at the corners of his mouth. And, like, numerous voices speak at once, and they just say, "Have you seen them? Have you seen them? Have you seen them?"
Have you seen them?
Just a multitude of voices coming out.
Have you seen them?
The man's voice echoes through the crumbling tower. James and Victoria! James and Victoria! James and Victoria!
Victoria.
And the smile only increases in width as he speaks, and he begins to laugh to himself before continuing to pace his section of the floor. There's a door beside him that is slightly ajar, and that's where you see the light dip through, and you see that dim light reappear and continues up the chain. Just dim light up the chain, the bright light that isn't dim through the door, technically on the ceiling where this dude is pacing. Like if you go through the door, you're gonna be like brushing up against this bloke.
So like the light splits, or we were following two different sources of light.
It looks like you're following two. The dim one shoots up the chain. The bright one goes through the door that's beside this dude. But you do know, like, from when you first entered this place, the bright light did give off the
It's
familiarity of Kena. The dim light, you have no idea.
Is Ven? Is maybe Ven? Someone said.
Don't know yet. I never got a read from it.
That theory.
It was like out
I mean,
of game.
it's-
It might be Ven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Katniss! Katniss!
What?
He's like holding on to like Druck's thigh. His cramp.
Have you
Do
seen
you have
them?
your? Do you
What
have
are
your
you doing?
rope?
Get on!
Do you have your rope? Sorry.
Can you fly? I've seen you fly so many times.
Yeah, but we can't all get into that room.
Just levitate and have Katniss hold on to you, and I'll drag you.
You all like feel something wet, kind of like just fall from above, and it's just this guy keeps smiling so wide that like it's just like blood, just like.
I'm going right to the door.
All right, so you fly up onto the ceiling where the door is. It's kind of like it's like upside down and inverted, and the guy just looks at you and smiles, like this whole like wide Joker like smile, whatever it's called, the Glasgow smile, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Have you seen them? Have you seen them?" Just a bunch of just voices, cacophonous, just speaking all at once.
Is the door less than or equal to 60 feet from us?
It's like 10 feet away because it's directly above where this dude is walking on the ceiling, basically.
Quoin, bring me with.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, absolutely. Alley oop. Oh, do you mind if I?
He'll jump.
Get your armpits. Whoop. I'll scoop you.
And he'll grab the rope to bring up for Katniss.
Oh, the rope can attach itself.
Yeah, it's
10
basically like
feet
a grappling hook. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
It'll move on its own. So like, get me to the door, rope.
Lasso of truth.
The pacing man just kind of stops and like opens up a book, and you can just see the pages are just splattered with crimson, and he's just drawing with his finger in them.
I'm gonna climb up the wall to the door.
Okay.
With my rope.
That motherfucker. He hasn't blinked in like.
He's not blinking.
Years.
He's not blinking. So Quoin's flying up to the door. Flitz is being lifted.
Quoin's arms.
Okay.
Yeah, I scooped him.
Okay.
What do you do?
So there's pieces of debris that are floating, and Ricky could just run up the debris and then get to the door.
That works.
And then Druck can do whatever Druck does.
Druck do what Druck does?
You have wings.
I mean, sure, he'll give him a shot. How does that go? Let's see. I'm gonna roll
a nat
D20.
1 and fall into oblivion.
No.
Oblivion.
A 13, so that's kind of
you're fine.
middling.
Yeah, you're
so, like, it's like uneven. So,
Yeah.
like a limping person, but in fly form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Druck and Ricky, with your passive perceptions, as you fly up, kind of hidden at the top of this guy's scalp, underneath the hair, is a big fucking eyeball. Just underneath the scalp, kind of protruding, the hair covering it slightly.
He had a bald, like a toupee.
But you guys get to this door. It's ajar. It looks like this is where Buddy came from. And that's where the light went, the bright light went to.
Mm.
Do you all continue upward, but technically downward?
I'm gonna take that as a yeah.
As you shout, the man just turns and just goes, shh. Just puts a finger to his lips and goes, shh. You'll scare them away. You'll scare them away. But as you kind of technically go up the tower, but you're technically actually going down the tower. So the stairs are
Gravity
also
is
like
weird.
inverted. So you're walking not on the stairs. Written all along the walls in like blood and charcoal and chalk are just, have you seen them? Where's James? Where's Victoria? Just all written along the walls. And then eventually it's just like one word responses. And as you get closer to the bottom, it turns into like asking other questions like, where am I? And stuff like that. And it looks like it's a slow progression of this person kind of just losing themselves to this place. Like a written, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know.
Obituary, essentially.
Basically, it's like this person wrote their own obituary, and it's just like slowly, it's just like, that's that. Eventually, you come to the base of the tower, and there's a door, upside down door. And down here there are 3 sleeping rolls. One looks like it was used maybe not really recent. The other 2 are super decayed, and there are like 2 bodies kind of wrapped up in the bedrolls, and the bedrolls have been like sewn shut. and like little smiling faces have been painted on the where the head looks like it is in the bedroll. Just like little faces have been painted on them with like blood, like cartoonish smiling faces that little kids would draw. Just and there's just the door.
The door? He's gonna say as he's to Quoin. Are we going in the door?
The door.
He'll mage hand the door open.
Okay. It opens up back into a perfectly not inverted area of the city. You can see the light drifting towards a city square.
Barrel roll.
Yep, that is a.
Yeah.
And the fucked up gravity is still the way it is in the tower, so like it's all weird. But you all exit the tower, and the door just slams shut behind you, and you can just hear the echoing from the top of the tower of the man asking the same question on repeat. But yeah, the light leads you into a city square, once a bustling hub of activity, with vendors selling their wares and people going about their daily lives. But numerous humanoids of all different lineages and cultures have been chained to the cobblestones and are frozen in the moments of their deaths. Sort of like Halasar, but unlike being put in stasis, they're dead. Their eyes are wide in panic, their mouths open in silent screams. Some are slumped over, their bodies lifeless, while others appear like they're still struggling in their bonds, but are all dead, propped up, and posed with these chains. The light disappears, leaving you alone in the darkness with the frozen dead.
This god is a soul stealer. Not obtaining those that worship them, but stealing from others.
I'm sure the other gods are rightfully pissed about it.
Soul thief.
Looking around the city square, you see a massive temple looming over the scene of the frozen dead, and it is dedicated to Cathosis. The temple is imposing and foreboding, with towering spires and stained glass windows depicting his symbol of a night sky where the stars have been replaced by eyes. And as you stand here, you notice one of the deceased has just moved, shifted slightly. The eye is still wide and panicked, but their mouth has opened, and a terrible scream is coming from their lips. And the scream is filled with both terror and pain, and echoes off the walls of these surrounding buildings. But beneath the scream, you hear hushed whispers repeating the name Betrayer. And those of you who listen more closely, although faint and difficult to understand, you're able to piece together a few words. He betrayed us. He sought godhood, doomed us all to this fate. And the body just falls limp once more, and the light reappears and zips into the temple.
Okay, that's where this was going. Okay. Let's go to the temple.
Okay. You'll enter the temple. I'll follow the light.
Yeah. As much as Druck wants to just shoot and destroy everything that he comes in contact with right now, he's gonna follow.
Okay. As you enter the temple, you are immediately struck by the darkness that fills the space. The air is thick with shadows that seem to writhe and move on their own, casting eerie patterns on the walls and floor. It is eerily quiet. I can't talk. The only sound is the soft whisper of your own footsteps. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Your feet don't actually talk.
Yeah.
As your eyes adjust to the dim light, you begin to make out the details of the temple's interior. Actually, those of you that have some eyes, I think you can see. Druck can see in the darkness, just perfect color. But everything's like dark, shadowy still, because it's just, yeah. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings of eyes, each one seeming to stare at you with an unblinking gaze. The floor is scattered with the bodies of the temple's former occupants, each one impaled by shadowy tendrils that seem to have erupted from the very walls themselves. At the far end of the temple, you see the altar. It is large, imposing, and adorned with even more carvings of eyes and set with offering bowls filled with trinkets. At the center of the temple, hovering above the altar, is the lifeless body of a humanoid figure with an elongated head and wearing blue robes, which you would recognize as one of the Cathatoon people who you saw all like frozen in stasis in Cathatoon and stuff. As for the weird light that has been moving around, you catch a glimpse of it near the back of the temple behind the altar, and as you see it, it disappears through a crack in the wall.
What was the name of the what was it? Sister of the person who came to resurrect this person?
Braun?
Yeah, Braun, but then like the person they went to try and resurrect.
His daughter.
Yeah. Okay. It didn't, like, we didn't get a name.
No.
Okay.
No, the note doesn't have her name.
Okay.
Just that she died of a disease, and he heard her voice through the curtain. He went through the curtain without a second thought.
Yeah.
So this is going to check the altar to see if there's any kind of notes of a ritual or rituals, like really quick.
Nope. But when you approach the altar, it's just filled with random trinkets, nothing of value, just like people's belongings. To the left, where the light went, you can see the crack, and the crack is 5 feet wide. And it looks like there's
It'll
like
be a squeeze.
Wait. Sorry. I apologize. We looked to the right, and there's a crack, just a crack.
That's what Flitz sees, because the light went through a crack in the wall, and then as Flitz approaches the altar, Flitz gets a better look at the crack, and the crack's 5 feet wide.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it's a squeeze, but we can make it.
Not a squeeze for you and me.
That's true.
Boom. Yeah. I even almost want to fly through. But
Well, before you fly through the crack, you see behind the crack is another chamber. Like this was a sealed off chamber, and you see the light briefly illuminate a small fraction of a mural before the light disappears again. But you can't really see the mural that well because of wall
The crack.
and
Got it.
the wall.
Oh, right.
But the light went into that area. Yeah. So Quoin and Flitz can easily fit through.
Rock might have some.
New version of bugbears can also easily fit through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
New bugbears can, yeah. So it doesn't really matter if you're not playing the new one or not.
Hey, in general, bugbears are lean but also hardy creatures.
So yeah, the new thing that the bugbears got in the new in Monsters of the Multiverse is without squeezing, you can move through and stop in a space large enough for a small creature. So you can just
yeah. It also explains all his
Yeah.
long limbies
Yeah.
and whatnot.
It's definitely going to be difficult for Katniss.
Cool. There's nowhere I can hack away.
Yeah, I mean it's stone. You can go for it. It's already broken too, so I'm not gonna have you roll for it. You can just start hammering away at the stone.
Yeah, I'm just trying, butt of my sword, just trying to break away stone so I can squeeze through.
Can we see the other side of this crack?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you've got dark vision.
Do you want some help with that?
No. God.
No, I could. That might. I'm just. Okay, I can.
A massive chunk of wall just.
Okay.
Now the hole in the wall is like 20. Just.
I step to the side and wave people through.
Okay. That was loud.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, now you can see the mural. It depicts the city you're in, hovering above the city of Cathatooine, the city where some of you were underground. Both cities are shown high in the clouds. The new city reminds you of the one you're on the moon, and towering over both of these cities is a massive humanoid entity devoid of skin and dotted with thousands of blinking eyes of all sizes. The sky is a void of nothingness. Stars resemble eyes in the exact positions of the star charts you have in your possession. The next mural shows, well, not the next mural, but the next image on the mural, shows a group of Cathatoon people marching through the streets, led by two figures, one dressed in shimmering gold, the other in darker hued clothes. They're approaching the very temple where you now stand. The scene shifts to the inside of the temple, where people of all lineages have gathered to pray. The golden-robed Cathatoon holds two objects that you recognize. A loom, a powerful magical artifact that can restore the dead to life through cloning, that you all gave to the headmaster of the Soulspire Academy. And the Scatter Star, the object you found in the Inundial City's crypts, the one that can shatters people's consciousness and send it to different planes of existence. This Cathatune's holding both of them. As people pray, the Scatter Star flashes with a bright light, killing everyone in the temple, while the loom seems to draw out some kind of essence from their lifeless bodies. That's the mural. There is also a solid large slab of stone that has been pushed to conceal a series of stone steps winding down into darkness.
Wait, I'm sorry. Really sorry to interrupt. But you're saying the thing that captured them was also the thing we know that clones people?
Yeah. The Cathatune reproduction device, because they don't reproduce. They basically reincarnate and clone themselves to get a new life. Basically, the loom that you found, that you guys gave in the flesh house, that you gave to the headmaster, that was last in his possession. Mm-hmm. And then the Scatter Star, which you all put somewhere. I think you gave it to Hazar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So the Cathatoon have immortal souls, but not immortal bodies.
Correct. And you also know that this was the only when you went to Cathatooine, there was only one loom ever left intact. So that's most likely the one. This is most likely be the one you gave to the headmaster, and then the Scatter Star is with Hazar.
Thank you.
Yep. And then there's a large slab of stone covering a staircase. The light zips down there. Flitz. With your passive investigation, you notice the mural has hinges, and you can flip it.
Coin. The mural. 1 second.
Do you flip it?
Yeah,
he'll
let's
flip
go.
it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll get to the other side of it. I'll obviously.
Cool.
Yeah,
A bunch of dust comes sailing out. Just, not like the scene in The Mummy where the acid comes out and melts the people who are like digging. But as you turn the mural over, the scene changes to show the golden-robed Cathatoon using both the loom and the Scatter Star, again, to kill everyone, absorb their essence. The sides of the loom appear to crack and break under the strain, but still seem to function. The mural then shows the Cathatoon standing next to the Iris, the device you saw in Cathatooine that contained the weave that Ven restored to the planet. There was another figure with the Cathatoon, the figure you recognize as the Weaver, because you saw their statue in the chapel of the keep. This Cathatoon uses the Scatter Star on the Weaver, siphoning the majority of her essence into the loom before depositing the rest inside the Iris. It then depicts a scene of the Weaver's body collapsing to the floor and dissipating into a cluster of lights, like colorful lights, that sink into the ground, like... this Cathatoon is then shown consuming every ounce of essence stored in the loom, like just sucking it all up, and upon doing so, seems to grow to match the size of the colossal entity, Cathosis. His appearance changes as well, taking on a more divine form, a humanoid shape wreathed in sunlight, and wielding a massive great sword made of the dawn itself. And the mural ends with the scene of the new god striking down the eye-covered entity, binding it in thick chains, and using the Scatter Star to force it through a pinprick-sized hole in space, which also splits the city of Melwar in half and also pushes Melwar through the hole. And you just saw how Sulfur became Armathan and banished Cathosis, and what happened to this city and the people in the temple.
What the fuck?
And then the light just goes down the staircase through the stone slab that's been covering the staircase. Just...
Follow the light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even in death, Kena's still sleuthing about this history.
Maybe Druck's right and it's not Kena, though.
Let's do that.
As you make your way down, there's a slab. Do you move the slab out of the way?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're all kind of learning that perhaps, if you die, you should... Sometimes dead is better.
That's right.
To quote
What a great movie.
Pet Cemetery.
And a good book, yeah. Do you all combine your strength together to move the stone slab?
Yeah.
Okay, there's no way one person could do it by themselves. It's just all making your way down the dark stairway, the bright light reappears briefly, illuminating your path for a few seconds before disappearing again. The shadows seem to dance and writhe around you as if they are alive and trying to escape your presence. You eventually reach a massive chamber that looks like it once served as a crypt. However, this crypt is unlike any you have seen before, mainly in how they store the bodies. The bodies are standing upright in alcoves along the walls, rising up to the ceiling. Like numerous alcoves, like 50 or so, more. Bodies are all upright, standing up, shrouded in black veils, with their hands covering their faces like this. With small...
Are their legs collapsed over the gravity?
No,
or is it
completely upright. Small tattooed eyes stare back at you from the backs of their hands. In the center of the chamber stands a large stone chair facing away from you. A husk-like corpse sits in the chair, also covered in a black veil and shroud, but more ornate and long and elegant and untattered, just perfect condition. Mint, as they would say. The light you have been following flickers briefly above the corpse in the chair before disappearing once again. Just whew. And there are no exits out of this room.
You said it flickered over the corpse.
And then disappeared.
When it flickered, did Druk happen to sense or see any shenanigans during that flickering?
Nope.
Did nothing to imply
Nope, just
a
the
sort
light,
of
just...
thing happened during the flicker?
Nope, just the light disappeared.
Okay.
There's only the chair, though, right?
With a body in it that's facing away from you. And the body's wearing, it's husk-like, it's all dried, it's all dried out, and it's wearing like these really ornate black veil and shroud, completely intact, untattered, just staring. No, it's not staring, they're like this, just the head to the side, just facing away from you.
Kena!
Can I go over to the body and try to figure out how it died?
Okay, as you walk over, you see they're holding onto a rolled up scroll that is made of dyed red parchment. But there's no way to tell how they died. They're just sitting in this chair. There's no like visible wounds or anything. They're just a husk holding this rolled up red scroll in their hand.
I'm gonna try to gently pull the scroll out of their hand. Out of their grip.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything while this is occurring? Just...
Flitz was moving toward that.
Druk's just shouting for Kena.
Okay.
Flitz was moving closer to the husk. Katniss took charge, though.
Alright. Ricky doing anything?
Not in particular that I can think of in this horrifying place.
It's not that
Right?
horrifying. It's a night. It's like a Four Seasons or whatever. A nice hotel.
The general
the general
everything
vibe
is
of this
Absolute
place.
picture of horror.
The Four Seasons garden and landscaping.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it
There you
is.
go.
What is Quoin doing anything while this is all occurring?
Just trying to, keep it together, keep looking for Kena.
Okay.
Yeah, keep an eye on a swivel.
All right then. Katniss.
Yeah, this is like a couple levels beyond Hellraiser.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah. As soon as the parchment leaves the husk's hands, it begins to levitate, like, and emits an eerie wail as centuries of dust fall from its robes and bones onto the ground. Its empty eye sockets are suddenly filled with a chilling blue light, and it turns its gaze towards every single one of you.
Can I take my sword up off of my back and slice it through the throat as it stands?
Well then. You see, as you slice at him, you seem like he was just going to be asking you questions
Oh shit!
and be friendly, but you attack. Make an attack roll, and then we will end the session there. Actually, you know what? As you swing out, he flares to life, and undead in the alcoves begin waking up and stepping out of the alcoves, and that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
Can we just let them know we don't know this person and let them have her?
Yeah.
You're getting fucking
There's not a
bit.
lot of
You're getting
She
fucking
doesn't
bit.
even go here.
But as
there's a
you,
lot of dumb
would
shit.
you actually, where'd you roll to hit?
23.
Shield.
Okay.
And as you realize you may be dealing with something fun. That's where we'll pick up next week as you enter into this
Killing
room.
Katniss.
He rises up and he's like in the process of going, "What do you all do?" So that's where we'll pick up next week.
It doesn't even go here.
Why would you do that? Kate has essentially taken over the chaotic Dax moment.
So that'll
My only goal in this group is
That'll
to be
be,
the one with Britt.
that'll be interesting. Just all right. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with the continuation of this nice, bright, happy little place with some happy little clouds and some happy little buildings and some happy little guys in chairs. But until then, good night, everybody.
No mistakes, just happy accidents.
That's right.
Hey, what is a